Oh shit! Welcome everyone to Dice Dames and Dudes. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I am of course Shae the Red.
Always have a shield.
Always have a shield.
Always.
Dude, don't
Right,
go
Kirby?
anywhere without a shield. Low hanging Fuda.
No one knows what that means because we weren't live at that.
I know. I am
Just
aware. I'm okay with it.
Just saying.
So okay with it.
Put the thumb back up for a second.
Ba-bum. There you go.
Keep that shield up, Kirby. Keep that shield.
Hold it strong.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to another Dice Dames and Dudes. I'm of course Shae the Red. We've got the amazing Sai. How are you?
Awesome.
Of course.
Just coming up on a sugar
Kirby.
rush, are you?
Kirby had better hope that I stay excited than nothing dangles.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We also have Luke as Volsung. How are you, Lukey?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I
You
have-
got
I
death
have
metal
official
stuff.
merch.
Look at
Yes.
that.
I have official merch.
Melon.
Oh gosh. Don't pull
Yes,
a Balin.
I can hide my eyebrows or lack thereof, but see, I've got eyebrows.
You actually have them, so
yeah,
you
I
know.
actually have them.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out the store. This is the main logo T-shirt and Zibini.
Yay! I have a shirt coming. I can't wait.
Did our order ship
Thank
yet?
you very much.
Did my order ship?
Our.
I only got one, bitch. And yes, it did. I haven't gotten a notification that it's arrived yet, but yes, it shipped. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it'll get here before I leave Saturday. Because then I can wear it when we go and meet Luke.
That would be awesome.
That'd be hilarious. He brings his beanie and he's like, "Here, Sai, you wear the beanie, I'll wear the shirt. Shae's got the other shirt. We just walk around in death metal hero shit."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You didn't order me a beanie?
I didn't order anything. I ordered
Oh my
the shirt.
God. I'll go
Oh
order
my-
it. It's fine. I thought you
such a baby.
had.
No.
I'm a baby. Because
Yes.
you're like, hold on. I'm placing my order now.
My order. Place my order.
And there we go. Everyone's bingo card.
Yeah, everybody check your bingo cards.
We don't need a tank. Just saying.
We can try that.
Oh, I am so sorry.
We'll just use Keggy.
Oh God.
And of course we've got our GM Woodrow. How are you?
Me. I'm doing great. I'm
Yay.
very excited for today.
How's your knee?
It's alive.
There.
It's there.
Took an arrow
So-
to the knee.
Just so everybody knows, we've been giggling backstage because this has been one hell of a cluster just trying to get us up and running today. Woodrow bashed his knee. Right after Woodrow bashed his knee, Luke came back and bashed his knee.
Put my
So-
plate in the sink, come back and inside
We have two people who have effectively crippled themselves before we've even done the recap from last week.
We're on our way to a
Brutal session.
TPK.
Thank
Yep.
you so much, Shadowhawk. I appreciate that.
Yay,
I just
Shadowhawk.
launched the website a couple weeks ago, so yeah. Thank you.
Look at this. Frog G says, am I misremembering a conversation from season 1, episode 0? Sigh. I don't need help shopping for clothes, Shae.
Oh, damn. Just right under that bus.
Frog G, we love you.
Frog G was just driving that bus, too.
That might have been in the town that had no place to buy clothes that I was saying that.
That is probably accurate. That sounds...
I don't need help to not buy clothes.
Uh,
And here
also-
she is, helping me not buy clothes again.
I'm so good at that, though. You see. All right, real quick, before we do our recap, I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. So hello to Frog G, Flying Feline, some douchebag named Death Metal Hero, another one named Cyborg Valkyrie. We don't know who those two are.
I heard that.
We've got Shadowhawk Bex, we've got Ibex, and some other douche named Woodrow. And the biggest douche of all, Red Valkyrie, hasn't even said anything in the chat because she's an asshole, so...
Our
apologies.
tagline, dumb bitches making shit.
It can't have swearing. We've talked about
Son
this.
of a bit. Replace the I with an exclamation point. We're good.
No.
Yep.
Frog G, also check your DMs. Okay, so Woodrow, are we ready for a recap? Because I genuinely I just remembered stuff that happened at the very end of last week.
Yes.
Dinosaurs
wow.
in love,
Tentacle love.
tentacle love, all kinds of jungle love.
It's a jungle love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my
It
gosh.
took a bit, but we got it in.
Guys, it's gonna be a messed up show. I can already tell because we're all kinds of what the hell. But yeah, Woodrow, are you ready to do a recap?
Jays. So, last time on Dice Dames and Dudes, the party landed deep in the jungles of a wild elven moon. Upon touching the soil of the planet, Dis began to feel something calling to her, something familiar that was warning of danger. While searching for Kirby and Gizmo, they stumbled upon a strange orb of light being taunted by a flying cat. They also found several pieces of Volsung ship scattered across the jungle, most important of which being a hard drive caught in a nest of Henri vines hanging over a pool of gelatinous acid. After collecting the drive and watching the footage from the crash, they discovered Kirby fell hundreds of feet to his death, landing in the middle of a wild elf village. Upon investigating the village, they heard Kirby's body got up and began talking, asking about a woman and a sick girl before being captured by hostile elven soldiers. One of these wild elves speaks Undercommon and heard the soldiers speaking about Aimina, a moon of Felindor. And last we left off, you guys had fallen asleep, ready to start your day with a long rest. So as you wake up, you all feel mostly refreshed and ready for the day. Brynn, you reach up and fill a new braid in your hair as you look up and see a still Dis. Volsung, you open your eyes and you see a little kid, that the elven boy Ton, watching you as you sleep. You don't get like a creepy vibe from it, more of pure curiosity. Dis, as you wake up, you all kind of feel refreshed, but there's something a bit off. Something's kind of been off since you have come back into the game world. Little things. And Dis, I need you to roll me a d6.
A D6.
Ooh, we're getting specialized.
By the way, Brynn, you wake up wrapped in my cloak because I forgot that I have a persistent chill effect. So
Yep, thank you for that. I appreciate you
welcome.
not letting me freeze.
legitimately
Also-
thought about it as I was trying to take my nap an hour and a half ago. I'm like, oh yeah.
If that's the case, Brynn, you would have also had dreams of home, because being the Goliath, the Barbarian background, it would have
Yeah.
been like in mountains and snow and stuff like that. So it would have actually felt very comfortable.
That's what I
gonna make
kind
me
of thought.
Yeah, that's
And
so
I was
sweet.
kind of thinking, with as muggy and hot as the jungle is, we kind of balance each other out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. That's cool. I like it.
I'm finding the 6. Okay, here we go.
You're good.
4.
4. So you kind of try to shake off the feeling, and you get this sort of this numbness that shoots through like your hand and goes up your arm. and it's sort of weird. You shake it off, but it feels like let's see. You would know it as like sticking something in like an electricity socket, kind of, but just barely, or like kind of sticking the battery to your tongue. You get a sensation of that goes from your fingers sort of up to your elbow, and it kind of fades away. But there's like a light numbness, not that it affects you or anything like that in terms of your mechanics, but enough that it's noticeable. And then I'm going to write this down.
Arthritis.
Yeah.
Not as young as Drow as I used to be.
You guys, as you all wake up, Volsung, the kid that Ton you see, actually he's got sort of like a satchel on him. It's kind of similar to a backpack, and he's got a bunch of pouches sort of on a bandolier tied around his chest, and he's sort of looking through the door at you, like through the wall, and he sees you wake up, and kind of like you see the body move away, and you kind of turn and look outside, and you can see that they're all basically packed up and getting ready to leave. One of them comes to where you're sleeping, Volsung, Nola, one of the girls, the one that spoke Undercommon, and she's basically like, we're getting ready to head out and find one of the other villages. Anything left over here is up for the grabs. We've got everything on us that we're taking. There might be some value up there in the old mine. It's not very large, but we got gold out of there. There might be some left around. We took as much as we can carry. But other than that, you can sleep here, basically. It's a place of shelter, but we're going to be headed off soon.
Okay, thank you. Safe journeys. Do you know where you're going, or are you just heading in a direction and hoping to find something?
No, we know where we're headed. The village moves, but we know the spots they camp, so you should be able to find them, no problem.
Good. Well, that's comforting to hear. We appreciate all the help that you and your family have been.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this was they hadn't seen drows for a while. Oh. Like, as I'm remembering last week, it's getting sadder.
Dis, you and Brynn are in the hut, sort of like, looking out and seeing all the same stuff transpire, when two low-flying sort of golden ships buzz over the jungle, the valley where this village is, and sort of start heading down, similar to the area where the crash was the other day, and they're headed pretty low, so it kind of shakes everything. Everyone sort of looks up and kind of looks back over at everyone, kind of gets a little nervous for a moment, and then when they realize that no one's storming them, they sort of get calm again. And one of them, Grill, one of the guys, Wild Elf, comes up into your guys' tent, Brynn and Dis, and he looks at you, Dis, and he's sort of got like a weird fixation, and he looks up, meets your eyes, but then looks away, and he kind of goes, I don't mean to pry, but may I ask you a question before we head out?
Sure.
Where are you from? And you get the sense that he means in the galaxy. He doesn't necessarily get the sense that you're from somewhere else. He just is curious about the drowness.
A completely other world, and I don't mean one that's close by. I don't think I can point to a light in the sky and tell you that it's my home. I think it is beyond that.
So you're from beyond the rim. Huh. That's a treacherous journey. I'm glad you made it here safe, wherever you left from.
Yeah, it was some journey.
Yeah, and there was a lot of crashing and bugs.
I will warn you, your kind hasn't been seen in near a century, so people will have different reactions to it. The High Elves who run everything, there's rumors that they're out to get Drow, and that maybe they're why they disappeared, but no one really knows for sure what happened. I just figured if you're not from here, you might want to at least know that.
Thanks for the tip.
Well,
All right. Are we heading out?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking everyone. Anyone.
Why is everyone suddenly so quiet?
You guys are in your own hut or whatever.
We're on our own hut.
Yeah. So.
Anyway. So we have a game plan, yes?
mm.
I'm gonna call Kirby back.
Okay.
When you do, he's just outside. He's pretty close, and he comes like flying over the fence. The cat is still in the area because of the deal that was struck between the cat and Volsung. And Kirby kind of comes over and squawks and basically says like, "Coast clear, coast clear."
I have no cracker.
He just sort of looks at you,
Nice,
and like
that's amazing.
there's a lot of sass in his body language, as much as there can be for a crow
Oh my gosh.
or a raven.
He's a raven version of Hugin. He's like,
Hugo-
seriously.
Yeah, that is.
No biting
Like
the
the
face.
The feeling you get, because you can get like pretty complex feelings, is that him, the cat, and Ton, he did not ask the boy. The boy just followed them. They went out into the jungle and scouted to the crash. They actually got all the way to the crash and a little further to some hut. But Kirby didn't want to go any further because the hut was surrounded by more cats. But the crash site seemed clear at the time. It seemed like someone had been there, but there was no sign of Gizmo. So yeah, either Gizmo was rooting around and left, or someone came and looked through it. But yeah, that's about it. And they think they know a pretty clear path through. Him and the cat figured out how to get there pretty good. No danger.
Okay. So question, am I still feeling the pull?
Yes, yeah. It's a little stronger, not anything like crazy. Just because you're closer than you were when you first landed.
Right. And which on this map, which direction is my pull in?
So back, if you were to go south and then east on that road that goes that way, that would be
So this
towards the
way?
pull. Yeah, and then if you were going to offshoot that a little more east, that would be where the crash is.
So that's mine. And that's the crash. It's too thick, but you get the idea.
Yep.
I'm sorry
going.
because the cat is hanging around Luke, so the meow
Yeah.
just.
There's always got to be a reason.
There will always be a cat somewhere near because I am no longer the cat girl, so I can't just like clear my throat and apologize.
Ahem. So, yeah, let's head out, guys.
Okay,
Hell with it. We're always preparing. Just go.
this is true. All right, so
So,
we've had a long rest.
Yep.
Also,
And you leveled to 11. I mentioned it in the chat, so you can bump it up now if you want, and it'll auto do basically everything unless there's something you need to pick for level 11. Which
How do you
where
do
do you,
that?
yeah, where do you level
Yeah,
it?
how do you
Hold
do
on.
that?
So, if you go, you see how you have like,
Manage
the
character and
sheet.
levels.
Yeah, you go to builder is one of the ways you can do it too. Yeah.
Meow.
Okay. And then perfect. Cool. Man,
Yep,
I
and
like
it should
I
auto
like this.
roll health and all that stuff too, so you don't have to really worry about it.
Oh shit, my health got
Um,
better.
Mine too.
Dude.
Oh, I have a defense to cold. I just now saw this.
Nice.
I have a resistance to cold. That makes perfect sense.
Hey, did
Yeah.
you update your race?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And then if you look at the builder, so you can switch from character builder to the sheet. You can scroll all the way down, and you guys might have new options with the level as well at the very bottom. Possibly, I'm not sure because it's Barbarian, Rogue, and then Volsung. I don't know if you've chosen yet. You can hold off if you
Yeah.
don't know what you want to go up in yet.
I just went ahead. I went ahead with another level in Warlock
Okay.
because I think 6 gives me some extra stuff that I can play around with.
I got reliable talent.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. 9s or lower are counted as 10 on
It's
any
10s.
on
So
any
everything
skill
you're proficient with.
check. Yeah.
So anything you have proficiency in, it's just a passive now. Maybe if you roll lower, which is nice.
I keep forgetting to add proficiency bonus to shit, but I guess it does it for me.
It does it. Yeah, it does it for you automatically if you're using the sheet to roll. So compared to the first day of travel through the jungle, the second day is pretty peaceful. A couple hours go by. You travel through the jungle, seeing its more beautiful sides. Across the river, you can see a 6-legged reptile step out of the fast-moving waters with some sort of giant stone fish in its mouth that's shaken. It kind of stalks off into the jungle. A little bit later, you guys reach a section of dim jungle with these large patches of blinking flowers, and then they quickly reveal themselves to be butterflies that sort of lift up in these big swarms and swarm around. And one of the cat sort of jumps down and chases them for a little bit, and kind of goes off pouncing through the trees, chasing the butterflies. About another hour or so passes, and you're following Kirby through the jungle when Kirby stops and squawks the word close. Basically says you're close. As you guys stop and you sort of, your passive perception, Volsung, you can kind of hear the vibrations of people talking to you. I think you guys both have the same passive perception at 20.
Yeah.
So you guys can both hear talking of kind of what sounds like two deep voices berating each other. You can't actually make out the language that they're speaking, although it sounds like it might actually be common. But there's these two sort of deep voices coming from close to the crash site.
Oh, I better get crash site ready then.
What is that? Oh,
we
you're
make-
getting the map ready. I thought you were meaning like something about your physical
Video
appearance
game.
you were going to change.
Better get
Like getting stream ready
Right.
versus, like, you know what I mean? I'm just
Crash
trying-
site would
Gussing
be
up
like
for the trash. Crash.
yeah, that would just be like jean or like pajamas or something.
Wow.
Crash
So-
site.
Are we close enough to make out any of the words, or we just know that there are people talking?
Not yet. You know that they're close.
Okay.
If you guys want to stalk closer, I would need stealth checks for people to sort of stalk in. Or you guys
I can
wait
do
back here
that.
and other people can go in. Just depends on what you guys.
I
I think actually everyone's proficient with stealth
Is
in
this-
the party.
Is this the right crash site?
I have a disadvantage with stealth because I'm, giant and swinging an axe all the time.
Oh, it's because you have the armor, yeah.
Yeah.
The plate mail.
I'm loud and big and I'm me. Let's be real. I'm not stealthy. So I should probably not sneak in. I should probably go. Yeah.
All right. So
Do you want me to scout ahead?
where?
Pretty
Also-
much.
Do you have silence, Volsung, as a bard, or like do you have it prepared? Is it one of your skills?
Let me see.
I can't remember. Yeah, if you want to wait back, you don't have to. You don't have to go in if you don't want to roll disadvantage. You can sort of hold back and let them. scope the
Apparently, I do
situation out.
not.
Okay, I was just curious. That's always a quick fix to someone who can't, who's got loud armor.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Didn't someone have a ring of silence? I'm trying to remember. Or was it... Did Kirby have a...
I'm pretty sure if anybody had it,
Scroll.
it would have been Kirby.
I had the spell silence.
Can't exactly.
I don't know if
I
I had
poked-
Yeah.
it.
No, I don't. The
I
only
poked the bird.
rings I have are the poison ring,
Hey,
the web
make the
ring,
big one
and
quiet.
then the mold earth ring.
I hold him by the body and point him at Brynn.
Make her quiet. Make her quiet. It's just- I don't want to.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I thought you said you could still cast.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. That's right.
That's
I
why
told
I'm
you I
waving
could
him like a
cast.
chicken at her. Like I'm doing some kind of voodoo shit in the middle of the jungle.
Oh my gosh,
your-
you're just holding
do your
this poor
thing.
crow and shaking him over my head, and I'm
Yes.
like, bad juju. This is not what we do. This
As
is
you start doing
bad.
that- and this is basically gonna make you guys undetectable, but you'll have basically advantage on the stealth checks, and whereas Brynn, since she has disadvantage, will have a regular roll, so there'll be no disadvantage. So that's really good. But yes, he can still cast his spells. That's right. So as you're doing that with the bird, you realize the soul sort of comes out of the bird through your hands and it hits Brynn in the chest, and you guys can't hear anything in the area.
Oh, awesome.
I think it's a 15-foot.
What did you just do?
So we can't hear each other talk either, can we?
No.
I hold a finger up to my mouth. I touch
Yeah, you guys are
Brynn.
completely deafened.
I touch Brynn, and she disappears.
Okay.
The
Let's
fuck?
see. So that's trying to give you advantage on stealth checks, which is what this is doing already.
I made you. I made you invisible.
Visible. Well, that would still give them disadvantage to hear, so there would still be a benefit or disadvantage on their check.
Froggy's like, is the bird okay?
No. Now it's just a bird. Kirby's technically now in Brynn.
Oh, that is creepy.
Just casting a spell.
Just like it.
So yeah, so you can roll with just give me a regular roll for your stealth, and they're gonna have disadvantage.
I rolled a 27.
Yeah, you're definitely good. 5 and a 16. So the 5 and a 2.
So,
and
Do I do my bonus to it, right?
Yeah, so you could just click your roll, but if
19.
it's got disadvantage, I would just.
I rolled an actual dice.
Yeah.
So, 25.
25. What did you get, Volsung?
19.
19. Okay, that's above 2 on the die and 5 on the die. I'm pretty sure that beats it. So.
You're like,
Clicking
well,
the
this
link.
this was a 3. I think
So-
that might be higher.
You guys are all sort of sneaking through the jungle when you guys come around. Brynn, you're invisible. You sort of come around and you manage to step on. No, you didn't get the lowest. Volsung did. So Volsung comes around, steps on like this little tiny leaf that makes a little crack, and 2 guards sort of turn to spin around the side of the tree, but they don't see you guys. You guys manage to move around the other side. It's a pretty thick tree. You guys move around the other side as they kind of come around the other side and like, did you hear something?
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Man, forgot how heavy these boots were.
It's like you get bad day, but like, the fuck.
So you guys pass the sentry
Okay.
and you move into the crash site. And as you kind of come up and see the opening, you can see the trail of the crashed ship, sort of this pile of rubble where the van, half of the van is sort of leaned into the water. Across from the stream of that is a large elven ship, and then there's sort of 2 elven fighters parked near it with
Okay.
elven soldiers sort of walking around. By the crashed ship on the stump right there, you see 4 people tied up. You see a large form that's hairy, sort of like a minotaur. Another form that seems to be gray skin and very muscular, and then 2 elves of some kind, and one's a female. And they're all sort of arguing. You can kind of hear their voices bickering. And the minotaur is basically saying, like, we should have listened to the orc. There's a reason his people are hunted and killed out by the elves. And the orc basically looks at him like, say that again, I dare you. And they're sort of just like spitting different insults at each other. And the other 2 are trying to get them to calm down. They keep looking past, in between those 2 ships to the north. They keep sort of like looking that way. Like
This way?
something
Or
that has
this
their
way?
attention there. straight up.
In between the two ships. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
The two small ships.
the 2 fighters. They're sort of their eyes keep darting that way, like there's something there they want. And you can hear. Where's what?
Where's our half of the van?
So the pile of rocks that's right
Yes.
next to the big ship is basically where the pile of the van is, and then that's where the prisoners are tied up as well.
V for van.
V for van.
V for Vendetta.
Oh, there's gonna be a vendetta because of my van.
And
Your
then
van
you guys
is a-
are.
Pile.
If you scroll down.
You should've
Oh yeah,
seen it
so
before.
that sort of where you got the other map in the light green area is sort of where you guys come up behind that log and sort of survey the area, and you can see there's like 2 elves near the prisoners. There's a couple by the ships. There's the sentry
you
you guys passed to get there.
Wait, are you talking about that light green area that just marked us, or are you talking about the light green area that's by the trees?
The one that's by the trees actually. So if go see where you marked. Go to your left.
No,
My
down
left.
right there. You see the big the
Little more,
light green
little more.
over
Oh,
right there.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you guys sort of come up behind that and sort of look past the area. And there's a sentry that's moving, of 2 guards that's moving along the crash path, and then 2 guards by the prisoners, and basically 2 by each ship.
Okay, so hold on. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Are they together?
The 2 walking, yes. Yeah.
You said a couple by the ship?
hmm
Jesus.
And then basically 2 more by each ship. Yeah, they're all wearing armor that makes them look like dark elves. Kind of like sort of like power armor. And they've all got large pulse rifles. And you can hear Volsung, which is
Yeah.
passive, and Dis. The prisoners are talking, and they're like, "Look, they've already pulled something from the crash. We beat them back here after we shot a few down. We couldn't find what they took. They may have gotten it back, but whatever we were gonna pull out of this thing, that was obviously alien technology. I haven't seen anything like that before. It was rebuilding itself. I mean, I don't even know how this thing fell from the sky. It looks like a ground vehicle. I don't.
Looks like a piece of shit.
Hey, it's my piece of shit.
Stop leaving your shit laying around. It's destroying whole forests.
Oh my gosh.
So these elves, the guards, whatever, look like dark elves?
They have power armor that is like a visage. It's like in the visage of a dark elf. The way it's shaped, they look like they're wearing power armor, sort of like Iron Man armor or something like that, with long ears. That's dark.
That's racist.
I'm sorry. Are you complaining that they're appropriating your drowness?
Yes, yes. And I'm taking it back because you know what? I'm using sign language for all this because or I'm fucking writing. I don't care. Some way to communicate.
Sai is writing a memoir
Writing
in
it
the
dirt with the
ground.
stick.
Yeah.
I'm
it just
using-
keeps going.
I'm
because
using
you
sign
fucking know
language.
what?
Oh,
Yeah, that was bad.
Actually, I do have nonverbal language on my sheet.
I don't. I have giant and common.
common and gnomish.
Oh, good. You covered the little ones. I got the big ones.
Sick.
Sai's got all the other weird ones.
You said I can
Kirby's
speak.
And I can
Goblin.
speak to animals and plants and the dead, but
I can only talk to common and people my height.
Actually, aren't you a midget giant?
Hey, just because I'm on the shorter end of giant doesn't mean you gotta be rude.
We obviously need to kill everyone here.
yeah.
In power armor.
You have a big gun.
I am aware. You also have a tendency to get in front of me when I have a big gun.
Pick ones you're going to kill. I will kill others.
I mean, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Can I get stealth checks from you guys real quick? Just from. Ooh. It's a good disadvantage.
That's a good disadvantage.
Yeah,
22.
14 was a low. 14 on the die was the low one. 22, good.
15 plus
Jesus.
21.
13
plus
is
5, 21.
28.
All right. And their perception is plus 5, so that's a 19. So you guys are good. Yeah, you guys go unnoticed by the thing that is watching. So, yeah.
I don't like
Very
that
good.
there is a thing watching.
Is
Yeah.
the thing watching stealthy?
Pretty. Go. What's your passive is 20, right?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make a check.
Let's see.
What is my active perception? It's only plus 10.
Active.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
30.
Plus
30. You got a 30. So yeah. So you're sort of focusing, having this conversation when your ears sort of twitches and you get that reflexive instinct of danger, and you look up and you can see on the tops of the trees, sort of coming around, is a little drone that's sort of watching the area and surveying. And you get the sense that it didn't see you. It hasn't stopped in movement or turned or broken off its path. But you're there's definitely some aerial eyes. So, just to get it out of the way now, so we can start working turns when you guys decide what you want to do. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, because I already pre-rolled all of the people we got in motion here. So I'll just add you guys wherever you are.
Alrighty.
Guys,
18.
one day I want to try to assassinate,
You're right in the perfect moment for that.
which means I need to go first.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Who
throwing that
said-
out there.
We said 18. Was that
22.
That was me.
Brynn? Okay, 22.
22.
11 plus 10, 21.
All right. So Volsung goes first, but everyone below that, which is all the enemies, you can attempt to assassinate the first one you hit.
So, since I'm assuming Dis let us know about the drone.
Yes, I point.
Okay. So,
Subtly.
since I have that gun, would it be worthwhile for me to attempt to hit the drone?
Ooh. You get the
Or-
sense that the size of the drone, it would be hard to hit the way it's the distance and the way it's
Ah,
moving,
so
it's pretty
super
high
tiny
AC.
and can dodge.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Very
Bitch
evasive
ass.
target.
Okay. That's fair. Well then,
It's got an area of attack though, so if you get close, it'll have to. If you miss, it'll still have to make a save, basically.
yeah, but that, like you said, would be a difficult hit.
How
So
far
what-
away
okay.
is this thing? This drone from where we're
Oh,
at?
it's like 180 to 250 feet in the air, moving up, sort of circling above the trees, kind of doing different, motions.
Yeah,
coming down.
so I could maybe get it. Okay, so when it says, so is the AoE the range in parentheses?
No, so the way that gun works is that has 2 range increments. The first range increment, you can hit anything in that with a normal, like you just roll once, but anything past that in that second increment, you'd have disadvantage, but you can still make an attack and have with an attempt to hit.
Yeah, so in order for me to be able to hit it, I'd have to roll at disadvantage because it's
Gotcha.
out of, because I if you said 180, 120 is the cutoff
For the first.
regular range, yeah.
Okay.
But then 360 is there for the disadvantage.
It's possible. And Dis, as you are sort of formulating all this with that perception, you also notice sitting. If you look to the very, very far left, there's another stump with like a tree knocked down, like on the first one, sort of coming in. On that stump, there's a one of the dark elves sitting down. The one a little further over, but he's sort of sitting down, and you just happen to miss him in all the stuff you were spotting out. He sort of picks his head up, and he was sort of like holding his head, and he's got his helmet off, and you can see that he's a high elf. He's not a drow, and he sort of looks around and turns his head, and you can see his eyes are like completely white but bloodshot. And you get a sense that guy is ranked of some sort the way his armor is presenting. He's not a trooper like the rest of these guys. There's something different about him. The way his stripes are, patterns, yeah. But yeah, you guys can basically make a plan, and as long as you don't
commander.
Yeah. So do we leave him alive, or do we kill for information, or do we kill him outright because then they won't have leadership? I'm taking votes.
So where is he?
He's the star.
The star, the very far left. Before you make that option, Volsung, you do know you could get some information. You don't know if it'd be as much as an active person, but you could get some information from the ships or their tech, the way you have your tech set up. I know that their characters wouldn't necessarily think of that, but Volsung would. So just so you're aware.
I'm honestly, I'm more concerned about him being overpowered. So if we can get the drop on his ass.
Is there darkness anywhere near him?
I mean, it's a forest. There should be.
There's shadow and dim light and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's called Shadow Step, not Darkness Step. So okay, I'm on board.
All right, so Volsung, what do you think you're gonna go after?
That's a good question. I want to get to the ship and the prisoners. I imagine if we could.
And Dis starting shit with the commander would be a good distraction.
Exactly.
That's true. And if Dis starts something with the commanders and I go after 3 and 4,
yeah,
that should be enough to keep the direct heat off of Dis immediately. And then you can go
after 1 and 2 and see if I can free the prisoners.
Yeah. But keep in mind, if you go after 1 and 2, what is that? 5 and 6.
5 and 6, and 9 and 10 might be able to just start raining down.
So 9 and 10, I would assume, based on their line of sight, are probably going to go after whatever's happening with the commander, or 3 and 4, because it's right in front of them. But if you go for 1 and 2, 5 and 6, like you're right in their path.
And then 7 and 8 are up by that other starfighter, and also.
So it might be good to try and move back, like behind your crash site, and see if 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 try to move.
9 and 10 are probably going to target me. 3 and 4 will probably target me. 1 and 2 would probably delay in coming after me because, first of all, 3 and 4 are closer. They'd rely on them to investigate.
But that's the thing, though, is if I'm attacking 3 and 4, 1 and 2 might pull up, but that means 5, 6, and 7 and 8 are likely going to sweep in.
Yeah.
That same path, I would assume.
Can we steal this? I want to steal this. I'm just saying.
Can we steal it? It's not a beat up old fucking
I
game.
know. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Work with what you got. Shit.
I know, and you can got that. Look at it. It's shiny.
Well, I can feed it to my ship. That's what I can do.
Oh gosh.
Feed the little ones to your ship. The big one's mine.
Cannibalistic.
I need something to hold Brynn. She's tall. Most fighters are very compact. That's why they.
Just rude.
Shut up. That's why they have midget pilots in the military.
I am wounded.
Good flow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know what would be best. I don't know if Volsung trying to sink closer to the crash site would be better.
I'm gonna go grab ice real quick. I can still hear you guys.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Hey, is my shadow step a bonus action, a movement, or what?
The shadow steps movement. It uses your movement,
Okay.
and you can pop up adjacent to them. You don't have to like, yeah. Boop, boop.
Popping up on his skull. I'm going to try aiming for the unarmored part of him now that he has his helmet off. Just not to damage the armor that I'm stealing.
Okay, hold on. I have to talk about this real quick. Leggy, it is hilarious that you mentioned Vox Machina because I literally just today had a friend tell me about that show and was saying that it was it sounded really similar to what we were doing on Wednesday. So I think it's fucking hilarious that you just mentioned the same thing.
So, what was the other thing? I think That's run by Critical Role, right?
Vox Machina.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know
I
that it
think it
translates to like
It is.
voice acting.
It is. It's their first campaign was their group name was Vox Machina. That was
Okay.
season 1 or whatever.
And wasn't that the name of their? Weren't they crowdfunding to do the animation of that? And
yeah,
and,
that's released on Prime right now, actually.
yeah, they made
Yeah.
like $8 million in the first whatever, and
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
yeah, and they ended up like, I think it was like at 13 million by the time the Kickstarter ended.
Jeez. We're not that popular.
Hey,
No,
life goals.
Yep. They all are doing like crazy video game voice acting, and TV shows. Like
They're-
one of them
they're-
was in Dragon Ball Z. 2 of them were in Dragon Ball Z, I think.
The blonde was on Shae. Remember that that show that I told you about with the chick with the tattoos, Blind Spot, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah. The blonde was a character on that for years.
She couldn't play the game. Yeah.
Okay, we got to figure out what we're doing.
I'm going here.
And Volsung, if you want,
Yeah.
you could use your movement, your bonus action, and then hold your action and let Dis go first to sort of initiate and get the surprise and assassinate and all that.
Are each of these squares
Yeah.
5?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how far away are we from 910?
Yeah. Where are we?
We're down here.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me see what I can do here.
40, 50, 60, 70, 100, about 150.
Okay. So I could
What's the range on that fucking cannon that you're?
120
Shoot the ship.
120 without disadvantage.
Seriously,
360
I can feed parts of
with,
it to the ship, my ship.
Well, so what I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
is if you wanted to go after 3 and 4
Yeah.
and I wanted to shoot at 9 and 10 and their ship, their little fighter, and see if I can't blow something up.
This is 125 to this mark.
125. Okay.
Oh, 5 fucking feet short.
It's an area of effect. Aim right here and get them anyway.
Yeah, that's possible.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is aim just in front of them, because if nothing else, if I can fire directly in front of them without disadvantage, it at least blows up something in their way if it doesn't AoE their asses.
Yeah, you at least create an environmental hazard for them to think about.
Exactly.
Chalk 'em up.
And yeah, precisely.
And rough terrain in their way to coming
Yeah.
at you.
And then Volsung can go after 3 and 4 while Disc goes after big guy. And if can Volsung hold his action, let Disc go first,
20,
and then go?
21, 22, 23.
Yeah, so I'll give Volsung 2 options. There's one way, the way they do it in the game is you can hold your action, and then using that uses your reaction to use, and you lose your bonus in your movement. But the way I like to do it is if you're holding everything, you can just basically switch initiative spots with Dis if you want to. So you'll be at 1 under Dis, and then you can go your full turn and just do everything at once. It might be easier that way since the system's still new.
Okay.
It'd basically just be like you would just let Dis go first, then you'd go right after.
Yeah. So then Disc
But,
can
I mean,
shadow
that
step behind
works.
the captain.
Mm-hmm. And it literally goes Volsung, Dis, Brynn. So you guys all get to go before the troopers because they got 16.
21.
So
22, 23. That is 120 feet. The
Is
center
it
of the 9.
exactly?
Yep. I counted it out, and this is where us was written. I just broke
Yeah.
it into.
yeah,
Okay. Can I before we do anything? Would I be able to hex 4 and use my bardic inspiration to give Brynn aid to her shot?
so your bardic inspiration is a bonus action, and your hex is also a bonus action. So you wouldn't be able to do both of those things specifically.
All right. So I can only do one.
You
or
could
the
do
other.
one or the other. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You might want to do. Oh, she's shooting. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting choice.
I'm pew-pewing.
decision.
All right. Yeah. Well, then let's we'll do that. We'll let Dis go first, and then
Okay.
yeah, pop off the action, and then let's see where things go.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Which way is he facing, by the way?
It's not so the way you have yourself right there popping up would be looking him like right in his face.
Wow,
He's
that's
sort of.
unfortunate.
You're like, that's
he
all
still
I'm
does.
trying to
He's
do.
still not. He's still surprised.
I need him to be. Which way are these guys facing?
They're walking towards him, so their left shoulder.
Son of a
is
bitch.
facing you guys. What's up with? You could appear wherever on either side of them. You can appear behind them if that's what you want. Oh, because they're looking at you.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill him without them seeing me, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of being a diversion. It's the assassin in me. I don't want to be seen killing the people. I want to just
Right, but just know that
Fighting that
that's the next hit is those two, like Volsung going for their area and then me going for the other ones that would see you to come at you. So you're fine.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay.
And don't fuck it up.
And don't fuck. So you said his helmet's off?
Yeah.
Is his neck uncovered?
Yeah, so he's uncovered all the way basically like so the collarbones. The armor starts kind of at the collarbones in that sort of circle around, or well, oval around that area. So you can get anywhere in those vitals when the helmet is off.
Okay. What do you think, guys? Under the chin? Oh, that's going to make it tough to talk, even while dead. Through the neck. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And you have advantage
down
on the attack.
I will use that. My 5 didn't seem to be with me here.
Ooh.
My 19, however, is with me.
There we go.
There you go.
Wait. Plus 14
Yep.
is
So
33.
3. That doesn't hit. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. We're never
rat.
killing him.
Yeah, he's secretly a Tarrasque. No. So yeah, you sort of appear. You form out of the shadow that he's casting. You sort of appear as a smoky visage, and then solidify and jam the dagger down in. And he sort of looks up at you, and you can get a sense for a moment. There was before he realized who you were or what you were. There was a moment of like, no, not like fight or flight. But as soon as he realizes and sees you, he just sort of lets you do it. And leans into it and stands up as you like stab down. It's sort of very awkward for you because no one's ever walked into your kill before, at least not like this. And you can see the eyes get really bloodshot, and you can hear like a voice almost start to say something, and then another separate voice rip control, and you just hear like you, there can't be more, and then the rest of your turn. It's just one attack, one action or whatever.
Okay.
Oh,
So let's get to the damage.
Let's get to the damage.
I didn't like that interaction. That was it was unsettling.
Yeah, you get the sense something else came from within this person and doesn't care
Yeah.
about the body.
Obviously.
Let's see. 151.
Just
Rum?
putting the sass back in his sass.
I'm trying.
That's going on your shirt.
52.
52.
Fuck.
Okay.
Kirby's like, and throwing out everything I was gonna do.
Nope, he's still alive.
52
Holy
to the jugular.
Shit.
52. What is that? That's including the necro damage, I think, from...
It is.
Okay, just want to make sure. I didn't want you to get cheated out of any damage, because that gets doubled too and all that. So.
Oh.
Any dice you roll would get doubled. Any pluses don't.
Really?
Yeah. How did you do the crit?
I just doubled the sneak attack damage.
Okay, yeah, your weapon damage and the necrotic dice should also have been doubled. Like
Okay.
roll another extra one of those guys.
So I need one of these and one of these. 57.
57. Okay, still up, but much closer to death.
Still
He's sort of-
up-ish.
Yeah, stands up after that attack into the blade, and sort of your blade sinks deep and kind of pushes your arm up at an awkward position, and you sort of pull it out and get ready as the blood sort of squirts out of it. You've definitely hit something vital, and the body will probably be falling soon. But you have your bonus action and you use your movement, so you have bonus action.
Okie dokie. So
And you don't have any movement, and you're looking him in the face, so hiding is going to be kind of difficult.
I'm not hiding.
Okay.
I'm attacking.
It's gonna be kind.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go.
This is like, no, die, motherfucker.
It's
Does-
possible.
Does it have to be another weapon? Or can it
Yeah,
be
it
the
has
same
to be.
weapon?
No, it has to be a weapon you have in your other hand. So if you use like your rapier,
Yeah.
that's sunk down in. Yeah, okay, so that's oh my god, the rapier tip goes in and stands up and sinks like deep. Oh. And then yeah, you can make an attack with the karambit now.
Okay. And this one's going across his fucking throat.
Oh my gosh. Slash.
19 plus
Yeah.
14. Well, wait, I don't get the bonus. I don't get the plus off anything except the weapon, right?
No, for your hit, everything's normal.
Oh,
It's just the damage that gets modified.
oh,
And I'm thinking
33.
about writing that out. Okay, 33 definitely hits, and you can feel it didn't happen with the first one, but now that like the armor senses danger, it seems like his AC has gone up, and there's almost like a shield sort of force that you had to slice through. Although you had no problem getting through, you felt the tension of it though.
Oh, wow.
So that's your bonus movement attack, and then it is Volsung.
All right. I'm going to. I'm going to aim those two, 3 and 4. Are they going to be directly in the line of fire when you take a shot at that ship? Where are they? Are they directly in front of us?
Yeah, they're directly in front of you. They
Okay.
won't be in terms like in the way of getting hit or whatever. Because I'm assuming she's shooting just behind 4, straight
Yeah.
across into the engine, right next to 9. So
Yeah.
they're technically out of the way of her shot because she's shooting in between that rock, that tree, just behind 4.
By the way, I don't
Okay.
know if that second attack did damage by what you were saying with the force field, but if so, that was 7 more points.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for. 7, 4. Oh,
With-
man.
with-
Oh,
With no pluses.
with no pluses.
Wait.
What about the 3 from the dagger though? So 6, 7. Oh my god. This always happens to my friend Cameron.
Can I knee him in the groin for the extra point?
No,
God damn it.
no, they're there.
Did you really put a friend of yours in the game and we just murked him, or?
No. My friend Cameron,
Okay.
he always does his like explosive like nuke moves, and then they're just like the enemy's always just like hanging on by 3 or 1 points, like in that area. Just
Oh my
just
gosh.
teetering. But yeah, he doesn't look like the body, sort of the eyes sort of roll back, and like the lids almost close, they're sort of flickering. The body's barely standing, but there's a force keeping it aloft, ready to go. But yeah, it's you, Volsung.
All right. I'm going to use the AK-47 with the web and the poison rings on, and I'm going to aim at their feet, and I'm going to see if I can ensnare them so that they won't move.
Ensnare.
Why'd you say that seductively?
I don't know.
What?
Her.
I did.
Her.
Oh.
I
I'm
said
not even paying
ensnare.
All right. All right. So 24.
Ooh,
14 plus 10.
they make some saves. What the save? Is it a 15 or a 13?
15.
15.
Yeah.
That's a fail. That's 2 3s, so it's 2 fails.
I like your dice,
15.
Woodrow. A lot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
using the giant green one.
Nice.
Keep using
Oh,
that.
like this one?
Yeah, but green.
Yeah.
It rolls crits every now and then, so trust me, they'll come.
Shae, we need another one that's red, and you can have that one. I'll take the blue one. Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
The green one.
If I could have found a red one, I would have. Like,
Luke will get you a black one.
Look. Yes.
What was the poison damage? Because you still get to roll the poison damage.
Let me bring that up.
As the poisonous webs leech life from them.
Let's see.
Good night, Mr. G.
3d8 plus 6.
And thank you, Pops, on Facebook for the like.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was Pops on Facebook. I appreciate you, Pops.
It tells me who did the like.
8,
Yeah.
4, and 3. So
I just
15
didn't
plus 6. So 21.
Okay.
And then- yeah.
No.
And then
So 21.
And then on a successive failed save, the character takes 1d6 poison damage. So I got to roll
That's what
3
you're supposed to roll. The poison. The poison damage is what you're supposed to roll. The weapon damage,
okay.
because you put the web ring on, it doesn't web them. It holds them in place. Remember, it doesn't do
Gotcha.
damage.
Okay, so the 3d8s didn't count. Never mind that.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
3d6. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, the
Shit.
web ring makes it more of a ensnaring, not a damage weapon.
Gotcha. All right, so 6, 3, and 2, 5, and 6. So what is that? 11?
11.
Yeah.
What were the 3 numbers?
3, 2, 6.
Yes,
Oh, okay, yeah.
11.
So that puts them over 10.
I'm sorry, we were
and-
talking DM, so I couldn't do your math.
Yeah, no worries.
You're good. You sort of wrap them up with this green sort of webbing, and you can see it sort of as it hits them. There's almost this black vein that sort of rises where it touches them, and they sort of start bleeding from the eyes and the nose. It almost has this Ebola-like effect where they just sort of all the effluence from inside sort of starts seeping out of them, and they sort of fall over and just start draining into the dirt. They are dead.
They're dead.
Oh, shit.
No, I think they were already dead and just being Geppettoed.
Ooh.
Or Pinocchio'd.
You make a good point. All right, so I guess as my my bonus action, I will give Brynn a D8 inspiration for her shot.
Yay!
What?
Don't forget,
movement?
Shae, you can click inspiration on your character sheet. It's right next to your movement, and that will automatically take it into account. It's the black box.
Oh yeah, 1 for inspiration.
I'm still trying to find movement. Sorry.
Up there next to your proficiency and near your hit
Next to
points.
long rest. Under long rest.
Long rest. Oh. The little blank box that says
Yeah.
it's got you.
Click it. There will be a sunrise.
That's adorable. Okay.
And does that count as a? Well, I guess I already did my action, so never mind. Okay.
Oh my gosh, does that mean it's my turn?
Yeah.
Unless
Hold on.
I'm not doing anything. It's fine. I'm
Unless-
holding.
unless Luke's doing movement, right?
Oh yeah.
You did your action, you did your bonus.
Yeah. Can I move up near these trees? So let's see, like.
Sort of where the stump is broken off, or like straight ahead.
No, just up into the right. But this clump of trees right up here.
Over
You
here.
know, I'm going to move away from right up over there. Just
Like here? Here.
more towards the center. I want to keep an eye on 1 and 2 coming this way.
25, 30. So we can move. Yeah, 30 feet.
So how do you handle diagonals?
You go over 1, up 1, and that's 10. And then basically is how I do it. Yeah. Because diagonals are they're 5, then they're 10, then they're 5, then they're 10. So it's the same either way.
Okay.
So you can make it to like here.
Yeah, right about there. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
trying to erase these previous dots. They don't want to go.
130. Okay. And then, so it was your turn was over, correct?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Can you look at lightning bolt for me real quick and just tell me the range on it?
I don't like this.
I know, right? PTSD from our last. Are we all gonna get zapped? I feel like we're gonna get zapped.
I have resistance
what's
to
the
lightning
range
bolt.
on it?
I just got it.
100 feet.
It's 100. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, and then it is Brynn's turn.
Firing the big ass fucking gun. Yeah.
Remember, you get 2 attacks, so you can bonus action use it to reload it and get another attack. Actually, technically,
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that. It sounds like fun. Pew pew.
if you don't rage, it's for your bonus action. That is, if you know.
Well, since the only benefit I get from raging is melee, and I'm not currently meleeing, that seems kind of wasteful. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like this idea. So
Very smart.
That is the plan: is to just fire the fuck out of this thing.
And you have 7, so that'll bring you down to 5 ammo for it.
Okay.
And Woodrow, just to remind you, my blur is on. I did spend the charge.
Yeah, you did.
I got a 19 for the
19,
first shot.
And you're hitting the ship, so I'm going to make a save for these guys. A 6 on the die, a 15 on the die. Okay. Noted. And you're reloading second shot, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do you just want to roll damage after?
Yeah, we can just do all the damage at once.
Okay. Second one is 25.
Okay. Fail.
What does inspiration do again?
It's giving you a bonus, it should be.
Well, yeah, you can use it whenever you want on one thing. You can use it on an attack, an ability save, or an a saving throw or an ability check. So anything you roll, basically, you can spend that and use it once to give you a D8, I believe it is for you, Volsung.
Yeah, D8.
Yeah, D8 to your roll if you think you're gonna. And so if you roll really low and you really want to do something and you think you're close enough to the DC, you can then spend the inspiration, roll that D8, and add it. So it's not, it's a one-time thing, and you can use it on whatever you want.
In other games, they call it a heroic moment.
Oh, and leg kick. This was never Pathfinder.
Rennie's is Pathfinder. Ours
Yep.
started out basic fantasy
And now
first
we're-
season, and now we're D&D 5th, like Luke just said.
Thank you, Luke, for typing. I was trying to find
Hey, you guys
my
are doing
words
other
and it
things.
wasn't working.
Hey, you good?
It's like
So
Team
both
effort.
hits. We can go ahead and give me 2 rolls with the damage. So you can just click on the damage twice, and I made their saves so I know.
Light 'em up.
But tell me both totals in 2 sums.
36 and 42.
Yes. Oh my God. This is fucking.
Jesus. 78.
Yeah, the guys don't look hot. So the ship is sort of imploding. It has this weird. It should be almost, you think, exploding, but it actually starts imploding on the engine and sort of collapsing in like a black hole almost for a moment, and this violent sort of tornado spins, and you can see the guys get like ripped to shreds, and sort of the green gunk interacting with the game verse and sort of creates a hole for a moment, and you sort of shoot the first ball, and when that happens, it opens the vortex, and that second one hits and sort of spreads the vortex and sort of fucks. That ship is completely totaled, and those dudes are gone. There's no.
Yes. Fuck yes, it worked. I love this gun with like a fiery passion. By the way.
We gotta find you more ammo.
Yes, I am fucked on ammo at this moment, but you
You
know.
got 5.
As soon as we
Does a
get
lot
my
of
ship
damage.
back, we can make some.
Okay. Noted.
That was the Brynn. And do you have any? You want to use your movement? You use your bonus, your action, and your bonus, but
So the guys that Luke went after,
dead.
dead.
These?
Their insides are leaking out of their face.
Brilliant. So those guys dead. Guys I shot dead. Dis and
This guy's basically dead.
almost dead.
Mostly dead.
Would you?
I'm
like
gonna
to
move.
take- Okay, good.
I'm gonna move up by Volsung.
And here's something with movement. You can technically do this because of where you are with that log. You technically have half cover from 1 and 2 or any of those people shooting you because the trees are sort of in the way. And where you guys have moved to, you can sort of, with your movement, say you're taking cover, and you'll basically get you guys are basically hiding behind that tree.
I mean,
total cover, forcing
That's-
them to move to get a shot on you.
I'm glad that you're saying it overtly because I don't think to say those things overtly, but I
Okay,
was like,
so
that's
yeah.
exactly the thought was let's go behind the other
And
tree.
Yeah, to keep an eye on 1 and 2 walking up the path, because once this shit goes off, they're going to.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and point out the fact that I basically eviscerated a gigantic their fighter thing over there. I'm fairly certain.
They're gonna notice.
I think that they've been alerted to our presence
Probably.
a little bit.
Trooper's turn. So, 1 and 2 are going to move directly down 40 feet. 10, 20, 30. Or 30 feet, sorry. Not 40 feet.
Here.
Yeah, they're going to attempt to take shots at Volsung because they can kind of see him, but he still has half cover. So, Volsung, your AC is a +2 for these attacks when I ask you if it
All
hits.
right. So 20 is
Okay. 7 on the dice ain't gonna do it then. 10 on the dice is still not gonna do it. That's under 20. So, as they're sort of moving in, you can kind of you're peeking around to see how they react, and then you see them move down. You sort of turn your head back into cover as they sort of light up the tree, and the radiant bolts of energy are sort of catching the branches on fire and blowing them apart next to you. They sort of lean out of the way. 7 and 8 are actually gonna move across the river behind the log. And try to
Figure
see
out
they
what
can
blew
see.
up.
Yeah, they're basically looking and surveying the area using their turns for perception, so they're not going to be firing this round. And that's a
Above
four
or
on the die.
below the log?
Above
Behind
for
it.
you
So
guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Trying to keep some cover. Then that's their perception checks, and no one hid, so they actually do get to, at least a quick view. You guys, Brynn has total cover though, so they kind of see Volsung and Dis, but they're mainly focused on the fucking ship. And then 5 and 6 are going to move up to where the prisoners are and basically stand cover over them, stand up with their rifles, and try to shoot at something. They're going to attempt to shoot at Dis, but they already have disadvantage from the blur, and they're pretty far away, so I'm going to add that cover in. 14. So, and a natural 20 and a 14. The 14 is going to miss. So the nat 20 doesn't count because disadvantage, but still.
Disadvantage.
17 and
horrible.
12. Fuck, the 12 is going to miss. Okay, so they get actually pretty fucking close to you, Dis. As you're, the commander sort of popped up on their HUDs and he's in danger. So they're just launching bolts over there basically as they're walking and surveying. And a couple of them come close and go right past you, and the commander one flies in between your guys' faces as you're sort of getting ready for the fight. And that is the trooper's turn. So, prisoner's turn. Okay, let me make some checks. Volsung, as you're sort of watching and turning the air, like looking back after the bolt hits, natural 1, they're not getting out. A 2 on the die, they're not getting out. A 3 on the die, this is amazing. Hold on, let's see if I can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on.
No, 15. Okay, didn't.
No.
So,
So you had to call it out.
you guys, Volsung, as you're sort of watching, you notice out of the rubble something sort of stands up and looks around. You can't really tell what it is, but there's some movement in the rubble. And then the prisoners are all sort of struggling because they don't know what the fuck's going on. And you notice that the male elf gets up and moves into the crash. So he's actually off of the prisoner P and he's in the V.
Okay, the male elf that was a prisoner, or the male elf?
The male elf that was a prisoner actually escaped. He got out.
Okay.
He made his check. But 5 and 6 haven't noticed because they're just launching bolts. And prisoners then are going to be tied up. Scion's turn. All right, Dis. as this man is looking at you, you feel a strange telepathic pull in your mind, and you realize that the voice that was speaking out loud wasn't actually saying anything. It was just sort of like moaning and in pain and making noises. The voice was actually telepathic in your mind, and you can feel it sort of grip. And I need you to make me a intelligence saving throw.
Da-da-da-da. 12.
12. Okay, so you're stunned. At the end of your turn next round, you can make another save to break it, but for the moment, you are stunned. 3 stun melee attacks. We can't do that because it uses action to do Mind Blast. And basically, in your mind, that voice, as it grips, you hear the worst scream you've ever heard. It's like, at first, it sounds like one person, then it grows into a chorus, an orchestra of voices, and then all of a sudden, the voices go from humanoid to just inhuman. There's something inhumane, inhuman sound that comes with it. Inhumane, also inhumane. And did I tell you that the amount of damage yet? I don't think I have.
No.
22 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then so you're stunned, 22 psychic damage. And while it's in your mind, you can hear sort of this voice, almost like it's commanding or speaking to something else. And you hear, get the device and leave, go. And you hear the word from somewhere else. You just hear Rashana. And yeah, so that is off the board. And Scions, you guys hear the ship, the big ship, fire on its engines.
No.
This person is not on the field yet, so it's back to the top. Volsung, technically, because you skipped your turn to let Diz do the surprise, so Volsung, you're first.
Let's see, so... How far
Side
away
check
are they?
DMs again.
10, 20. They're within range of my gun, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are within range.
All right. Well then, let's go ahead and try to wrap them up as well. I don't like being pot shot at, and I ain't got time to waste. So, let's see.
Thank you.
Be a 25. 15 plus 10.
25 is going to hit, and it turns into an area effect. They make their okay.
Yeah. And then, so my 3d6 for the necrotic.
Correct. Or poison, I think it is.
Poison, yeah.
And it's funny. I want to do different poisons every time you do it.
4. So 10 poison damage.
10. Nice. So that's actually enough to kill them too. You sort of web them to the tree, and they sort of wrap around each other, and it's sort of same thing. Their skin just sort of goes purple and blue, and this sort
Which
of
ones for this?
1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that's my action. Bonus action. Let's see.
What's the strength of the ship? Web that.
Oh, they're definitely not within 30 feet. Well, fuck.
Yeah, it has to be a medium creature, I think, or possibly even large, but that's way too big.
Let's see. Can I... Let's see. 5... So 5 and 6 are kind of behind the prisoners?
Yeah, they're standing over them, just sort of watching to make sure no one comes to take them.
10,
You can kind of hear the female elf hissing at something, like hissing words at something in Elven.
All right, so going to right where the cursor is. I want to run up over there and kind of move into cover by the edge of that bush. Where your cursor just was, that fallen tree right there.
Oh yeah,
use that as cover.
Speed.
Yeah, I want to click them on, run over there, click them off, and then use Hexblade's Curse on 5. And that will be my action.
Your bonus action. Your action was to shoot, but yeah.
Well, my turn. Sorry, misspoke.
good.
Yes, bonus action. Then that's my bonus action.
All right. Shoot. Then that's Dis.
So my save again?
Correct. Intelligence saving throw.
+12. I'm adding the number to the right of it, correct?
What in the saving throw column? Whatever is next to intelligence? Yeah.
Oh, 18. 12
Nice.
plus 6.
Okay. So, yeah. So you are not stunned anymore. And you kind of wipe off the effect, but that is the end of your turn.
By the way, I
Yes.
highlighted a chat for you, Woodrow.
Yeah, I said thank you.
I highlighted it too, so.
Okay. Brynn, you next.
All right, so who's left?
A little bit of this guy, 5 and 6, and 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Yeah.
And someone in the ship who's starting it at the very least.
And there's somebody digging through the rubble of my ship, and I ain't too happy about it.
Can I? So I'm wondering if I move and then fire at the back end of the ship and see if I can. You don't want me to? Okay.
I don't have a say. This is
mean,
your turn, and I don't get a say in your turn.
Right, but the thing is you realize that the likelihood that they're gonna take off and you're not gonna get it anyway is pretty good right now.
I mean, I can teleport right there. So someday when I can move.
One of these days, if they don't take off.
Yes.
Next turn. So if I fire at them,
do what you're gonna do.
I'm looking for input because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I can do.
I telepathically say, "Don't let it take off." With the telepathy I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to metagame.
Yeah.
And fail.
I mean, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go and just try and shoot at the back end, see if I could take out like a thruster or something.
Okay, let's see.
Shoot it in the
You can
butt.
move 40
I am.
feet,
I'm gonna shoot it right in the
1,
ass.
20, 30, 40. So from there, it's. Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry.
She moves 40 feet up, and then she can shoot it. What is it? 120 feet, right? So I think
Yeah.
you're within range. Yeah.
Yeah, I
If you're
should
gonna
be.
move, I think you should be within range to hit the ship at least.
Yeah, because it's closer than what I just shot. For sure.
With a move, yeah.
Yeah, that's what with the move, it's closer. So I have to take a bonus action to reload because I didn't last time.
What's your
Get
movement?
it last
40?
shot.
Yeah, my movement is 40. Yeah, okay. Alright. So that was a 15, and I still have inspiration, right?
Yep.
So does that just mean I can redo it, or?
No, so you roll
Or
a
no.
d8 and add that
A
to
D8,
whatever you're.
okay.
Yeah. So 15 plus a d8.
So 19.
Okay. So a 19 does hit, and since it's been turned into an AoE, go ahead and roll me damage. But it seems like this thing's armor, it seems to be significantly more than the starships.
Right. 37 damage.
37. Okay. Bam. Okay.
Of
It
course,
looks-
Lola would pay attention to that.
Bonus action to reload, movement, shot. So,
Yeah.
troopers. Brynn Still has about half cover because you guys have that tree in between you guys. So Volsung's going to get 2, and Brynn's going to get 2. And 7 and 8, they're just kind of holding up. 7 would move up against the tree and just sort of lean, like sit on that and use it as bracing. And they're going to be shooting at Brynn, which that's not good. That's a 5, and that's an 8. What's your AC? Yeah, I think that's going to hit.
20.
20.
40, yeah, that's not going to hit. So Brynn, the 7 and 8 are shooting at you, and you can sort of see them trying to shoot through the roots to hit you, but the roots are just blocking most of the bolts. 5 and 6.
Nice.
18 is going to miss you, I think, Volsung.
Yeah, with the +2, I get.
And a
get 20.
15.
Yeah.
Yep, and a 15 is going to miss. So they're stormtrooping you guys right now. Pew, 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 pew.
They're great at this.
Yeah, really good. Prisoners. I'm going to give some checks.
I love that the first comment in Star Wars canon about stormtrooper shooting is Ben Kenobi saying only stormtroopers are so precise.
Yeah, I know. And then they can't hit shit.
And then they can't hit shit for the rest. Yeah.
So prisoners go. Renage is doing his thing. Elf boy. Elf female tries to get free but can't, and then you hear her just basically yelling like, how you always leaving me behind? You think you're so smart, but you are the one getting in trouble. And the Minotaur and the Orc actually look at each other, stop their squibbling, sort of head nod, and work together and break out of the vines. And you can see, as the Orc gets up, some of their gear was off to the side, and pieces shoot out of it and collect on him, similar to Iron Man armor. And he's got like plate power mail that sort of forms around him as he calls an axe to his hand and basically shoves his axe into 5. And he sort of looks over at the Minotaur who's charging into battle, and a piece of his armor flies off and hits him in the chest and starts shocking him. And you can see the Minotaur fly into a rage, and electricity sort of start moving around him as he moves into 6 and just sort of gores him and runs him into the river. Let's see. D12. Let's see if they actually kill him. 6 plus 8 is over 10. And the gore is a D6. 5 plus 4 is a 9. So the guy who's on the gore and being run into the river is not dead, and 5 just gets chopped down by the Orc.
Solid.
But that's their turns. And as it goes, you can go. You guys go ahead.
Does the Orc with the axe get my the plus 11 HP since he killed the thing that I cursed?
No. We do prisoners. Go. And so the ship starts to lift up off the ground and reorient like it's going to take off. When you see from somewhere beyond the map, the ship starts to move that way, and a large yellow tendril of energy, it kind of looks like a lightning bolt, whips around one of the sides of the ship and begins to hold it in place and sort of ground it and pull it down, and actually pulls it down to about like 20 feet off the ground, just kind of hovering there in those trees. The trees are sort of bending and moving back from the force of it, trying to lift up. And yeah, so it seems to be just sort of held in place there by some sort of yellow magic. And if you want, you can see where the source is coming from on your guys' turns. But that's all that. And Volsung, it's actually your turn now.
Can I see the person that's the elf that's like rifling through my stuff? Like, I want to walk over there.
When you go over there, you can see him. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing?
Give me your insight is a natural. Okay, so you got passive. So let me make some checks real quick.
Yeah.
Last check side.
Okay. Nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Told you they'd come. And an 8. Okay, so you see he's definitely lying. He sort of puts his hands up and he's like, "No, man, I just was taking cover. I don't know if you saw all the shit that just happened, but I was just finding a place, you know what I mean? I don't want to really be shot, so, just yeah. He's definitely hiding. He's not
Yeah.
Did you pull anything from this wreckage?
No.
Did you see?
It's a lie.
Of course that is.
That's higher than my girl voice.
Wow, yeah. That's pretty high.
Fuck you.
Just like me.
Let's see. How about? So you wouldn't be lying to me, would you?
No. Wow, you're really mad at this dude.
He rolled an 8, so I mean.
All right. I'm gonna roll for intimidation.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So
Pissed off.
20, 13 plus 7.
Oh shit. Okay. So how do you intimidate him besides just the way you look?
Tell me what you took from this wreckage, and I'm not gonna rip your soul from your body.
You carry an echo machine? That's so good.
Right?
He's a bard. He can actually just do that with cantrips. So 2 things. He sort of goes like, "Oh Jesus, okay. You can keep your cubic ruse," and he sort of hands you this box. It's sort of kind of like a Rubik's cube, but you know this is it's the transcendental dimension expander.
You stole his TARDIS?
Basically.
Just the bigger on the inside thing. Nothing else. But he doesn't know what it is. He sort of goes, "You can keep your cubic rubes. It's just game for children." He's still lying. He knows it did something crazy, but he didn't figure it out yet.
Thank you. Now, you want to tell me why you guys were tied up?
Well, he sort of just points to the ship, and then we're still technically in combat. So as you sort of walk up and start having this conversation, the ship's sort of there, just like doing its thing. So that's basically what you can get out in that moment, and then it will be Dis's turn.
Cool.
If there's not anything else you want to physically do.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cube in my my bag, safely away.
17 plus. I attack the darkness.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Dis. I did roll attacks for him. He gets 2 attacks. He tried to attack you twice with disadvantage. He didn't hit.
Okay.
I
attack him with not with disadvantage. 29.
29 is going to hit, and I don't think you can't. You don't have your sneak attack with this though. So there's but your plus is going to kill him alone. I think.
14 plus. 5. What is that? Necrotic.
Yeah.
So
How would
19.
you like to? How would you like to describe yourself eviscerating the?
I'm not gonna flourish it. I'm just gonna take his head off because I have other stuff to do.
And the head sort of lops off, rolls down at your feet as the body sort of just slumps down, and begins draining blood. Not on the suit, just kind of off over to the side, pooling around.
Awesome. All right, let's see here. Inventory, armor. D. Can we agree? Hold on. To any other spot within a range, you arrive exactly at the spot desired.
Yeah.
It can be a place
like,
you can see, one you can visualize.
Visualize, yeah. It's like Dimension Door. So you could go in basically anywhere on the ship where you can see or visualize it if you've seen it before.
Is there a cockpit?
Using teleport.
Yeah.
Can I see inside the canopy of it?
Yeah, it's all blacked out. You're not really sure what the inside of the ship looks like. You can get on top of it, though. Oh, give me a perception check. See if you notice anything interesting about it, actually. 'Cause I forgot something.
18.
18. So as it's sort of turning to the side, and you're sort of looking it over and trying to figure out where you're gonna land as it's sort of moving, you can see that the back sort of bay door is in the process of closing.
Poof. Oh, I'm sorry, Bamf.
So yeah, you can put yourself under the engines. Basically, is where the bay door is. So somewhere over there under the engines.
Hopefully not directly behind them.
Looking inside, you can see basically that squared out part of the ship is kind of hollow. There's some crates in there. There's one that seems to be like hooked up to the ship, and like lights on it, and it's kind of fog condensating around it from the temperature. And there's one person standing by it who looks to be also have their helmet off, and there's a solid wall behind them with a metal door that you think leads deeper into to the ship.
I'm going to name him the new one.
The new one. And they were holding their action. So I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw. Or no, this isn't an intelligence saving throw. Sorry, this is hold person. This is actually, I think, wisdom. Hold person. Wisdom saving throw, yes.
That's just Psy, right? Or Des?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. 15?
Yes.
Let's see. That is the DC. So for a moment, you can feel your body completely lock up. But you shake it off in that moment. And as it sort of passes to you, that's the only thing they could do is that one action, because they held their action. It would go to initiative 20 count. And the way you are right now, you're sort of on the bay door as it's closing. Volsung, you hear a voice creep into your mind at the initiative 20 count. And it's very similar. And it sort of goes like, "Oh, let's go for the classic." And I need you, Dis, to make me a dexterity saving throw as Volsung points up and shoots a lightning bolt at Dis hanging on as the bay door is closing at the back of the ship.
Fuck. Oh, you best look out!
22. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No. 17, 20, 27.
Yeah. So you sort of see it, and out of the corner of your eye, you're like, the PTSD, you're sort of always kind of aware of it, and just waiting for it to happen. You're like, no. And as the bay door is closing, you sort of lift up off the ground in a 1 foot sort of like pirouette and move as the lightning bolt sort of goes under you, doesn't hit you, hits the ship, and sort of locks the bay door from shutting all the way. So now the bay door is locked open. But you don't take.
I feel better. I've been hiding that for a while.
As I dodge out of the way, middle finger at Volsung.
Volsung, go ahead and remove one third level. I think lightning's a third level spell, but one casting of the lowest level for lightning bolt.
Let's see.
I believe it's third. Yeah.
Okay, so where are you? Lightning bolt. Okay, so it just clicked the blue thing on the side?
Yeah, it comes off the charges from your sentient cord.
Okay.
Yep. Sick.
Alright. Did it do it right?
I think. But
Yeah, there it is.
that
Three
would
off.
be initiative
Got it.
20. And then Brynn, you're after the initiative 20 count.
Okay, I see how the charges work now. Cool.
By the way, I forgot to say this, but I'm dropping concentration on Brynn's invisibility.
Okay. Well, as soon as she attacked, it would have gone away. It
Okay.
breaks it. just like out of nowhere, they're just like her standing there just appears with a fucking giant ball, just destroys the jungle.
I think when I was stunned, my concentration would have ended anyway.
No, actually, I don't think so. The damage, you'd have had to make a save, but it didn't mean anything at that point. As Dis, you're sort of over here, you can sort of survey the jungle, and you can see where the tendril is coming from, and you can see a elven woman with her hands in the air. She's sort of wearing this studded leather armor. It's very expensive looking, and there's a tendril of yellow energy sort of coming between her hands and grabbing on and holding the ship. Yeah, it's Brynn's turn though.
So I'm in the ship, right? It's just that I'm seeing out of it.
So you're like standing on the bay door as it's sort of closing and going up, but it's locked open because of the lightning bolt. So it's not fully shutting. So you can sort of see the jungle around you.
So on but not in. Okay.
Yeah, you're like on the tailgate as it's closing.
7 and 8 are still trying to shoot.
Yeah, it's they're right after you, but it looks like they're just still shooting up the area, and they're turning because they see Volsung just walk out, and you can see them go from trying to shoot at you to their guns trained right on Volsung. So their next turn, they're gonna kind of light him up.
All right, so I'm gonna move up to just behind that fallen tree. That's kind of right there. And then, fuck. All I've got is this fucking gun. I'm gonna shoot in the area, so I still get to the 120.
Oh yeah, you can hit anywhere in here.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire at. I'm gonna fire at 7 and hope the AoE will get 8.
Oh yeah, it's a fireball. It's 20-foot radius. It's huge.
So again,
Huge.
my bonus action
Huge.
was to reload,
So
and then
now
I
you
have
get
to
3.
fire. I'm down to 4 now.
Yes.
When you shot 2
I don't-
at the starfighter, that dropped you to 5, and then you shot 1 at the big thing that puts you to 4. So this will take you to 3.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that
You shot 2. You shot 2 that first turn. You shot.
I
reloaded,
know,
and
but
shot again.
I thought that I was at 7, and that took me to 5, and then I shot 1 that took me to 4.
Yeah. So, you're at 4 right now.
So it
and
is at
this
3.
one-
Okay, I just can't math.
So good.
19.
19. Go ahead and roll me damage.
37.
You're shooting at the ship, right?
No, I'm shooting at the
Oh, the
7.
guys. Yeah, that hits. Shoot. And homie actually makes a save, but I think it's still gonna be enough to melt him. So go ahead and roll damage. His constitution made it.
The damage was 37.
Oh yeah, you said 37. My
Yeah.
bad. Sorry. Boom. Split it in half would be 18 for these guys, and yeah, so both those guys basically get liquefied, turned to green goop.
Yay! You guys are doing better than me.
I mean, you assassinated the lead dude.
Reload, action, you moved.
Yep,
Boom.
that's all I got.
Troopers. There is no troopers except the guy flying, and he's gonna try and break the spell. Oh shit!
Wait, I thought the one
The
in the river,
guy in the
gored,
river.
the one that was getting gored. I thought he was still alive.
6.
Yeah, he can't shoot unless he has disadvantage.
And what's that
He'll
E
have
up
to-
at the top?
He'll have to.
It
That's
was
just
there.
one that's on the. It's on the. Yeah, it was
Okay.
one of the positions. He is going to draw a dagger on 19. So he basically takes his dagger out and stabs it into the forehead of the Minotaur, and they're both just like yelling at each other.
Wow.
Damage onto him. 8 damage, and then yeah, so 6 the trooper, he's there. The guy flying breaks the spell grapple and begins to start moving up and at a distance. Dish, you can see the jungle kind of growing more distant below you as you rise up and pass over the. You're now looking basically back at everyone. You're kind of off the map, looking back at everything that's happening. And you're only about like 100 feet up.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
You described this thing that's kind of coldly smoking, that's attached to things back here. Does it look like an engine or like cargo?
It looks like a box holding something that's cool, like a temperature controlled box that's holding something.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's part of the ship. It looks like
Okay.
yeah, definitely cargo. It's just connected to the ship, like they're reading it. So that's the troopers. They're gone. Prisoners. Minotaur's gonna finish that guy off and sort of. He's gonna hold him underwater while it's still attached to his horn. And Renage, the guy, he goes and lets his sister go, and they start up. They get up and start berating each other in Elvish. The orc is just sort of watching the Minotaur, and then it's gonna go to the Scion, who is going to speak a word under his breath. Your passive is enough to hear what he says, and he says the word Rashana, which you guys know because of the Wild Elves is one of the main planets, elf planets. And when he speaks that, you see the Scion actually disappear. He fades from existence, and sort of like a, and just like is gone. That's them. Cesaria can't do much at this moment. And Volsung.
All right. So, how far up is the ship?
About 100 feet up. It's kind of just off the map in that top right corner.
Well, fuck. And so, quick look at the rubble that is my ship. Is there anything else in there that I need before I run off? Like, is there anything that I recognize?
What's left? So when you start kind of building through the rubble, you can see the movement that was moving is the keg robot sort of huddled around one of the hell puppies, and it sort of hops up out and sees you guys and sort of starts hopping around your feet, and then it smells Brynn, and the hell puppy starts running, padding towards Brynn, and the robot sort of stands up, and as it stands up in a pose for you to like hug it or pick it up as rubble just falls off its back, like it seemed to be protecting or hiding the puppy. You also find that there's like the computer that stored stuff on your ship in terms of like cargo and stuff is there. You could easily link that up to your transcendental dimension expander. And then there's also a Neuralink like chip gun in there. So you guys wouldn't have like telepathic rings anymore, but you'd all be neural linked to like the internet, like how people are in this world. So you basically could talk instant message.
Cyberpunk!
Wicked. All right, I'll grab all of that.
Yeah, send video, all that stuff.
Computer from ship.
No porn.
Brynn, as you're standing there and sort of watching Volsung go through his ship, and you're watching the ship take off, and Volsung is digging through his stuff. Your turn's about to pop if there's nothing Volsung wants to do. Is there anything are you just digging through the stuff, seeing what you can find?
What can I do?
Can I ask a stupid question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wouldn't it be my turn before Brynn's turn?
Oh yeah, you're right. It'd be but it's about to get to her turn, but something's happening before we get to you, Diz. I'm just seeing if I just want to make sure Volsung's done.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing I can do to this ship.
So
Lightning boy.
Brynn is sort of watching all this go down. She sees the puppy run to her, and as she's watching the puppy run to her, before the puppy gets within range of her, before that, she sees that little drone that you saw, Dis, sort of come down and start going at her. Just like you see this happy moment in slow-mo where the puppy's running, and then the focus draws out on the puppy and onto this little drone that's dropping and goes close to Brynn. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Good luck, babe.
You have advantage on it, I think, because you can see it coming and you have danger sense.
So that means I can
another
reroll,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Reroll and take the higher?
Yep.
Okay.
So 13.
Or 18.
Ooh, 18. There we go. You don't have evasion, so you'll take half of this.
Okay.
But the little drone explodes with a 3d6 explosion for 10 damage, so you'll take 5.
That's fine, you little fucker.
But then it is your turn, Dis.
You said that there were connections between whatever this cargo is and the ship?
Yes. There's also just a lid on it, too. It's like it literally looks like a cargo crate box. You could like take the lid off because that's where the steam is sort of coming through that seam, or the mist is sort of coming through that little seam.
I'll open it.
Okay.
And see if this is something I can take.
Yes, it's similar to what Volsung had when his hard drive, but much bigger. And it kind of is in the shape of a seed, like the way a seed would be shaped, except pieces of it are sort of moving on the edges where it's in contact with the box and seems to be like intelligently inspecting its surroundings. But it's definitely alien tech.
I'm going to attempt to pick it up.
Yeah, you grab it, no problem.
And dive out the back.
And again, Featherfall. No, just kidding. So, you guys are all watching as Dis sort of disappears in the ship. The ship's taken off. rises into the sky about 100 feet, and then randomly just runs out the back and jumps with something similar to like that statue with the centipedes. Do you teleport, or are you going to use Featherfall?
Teleport. It's cooler.
Okay. Yeah, it just sort of jumps out, swan dive, and then appears right next to Brynn or Volsung, wherever you want to appear.
Brynn, since she's shaking off combat. How big is this seed?
A little larger than a football.
Awesome. I have marked my next charge, by the way.
Okay. And then as that's happening, there was the Neuralink gun, the Hell Puppy, Kegbot Companion. You got your Transcendental Dimension
back.
Expander, and the Alien Seed. So that's everything that was here. There's also no sign of Gizmo.
So when Dis appears next to me, and didn't disappear, I just like instinctually jump and give her a big hug, and then my dog jumps up on the other side. So we just kind of sandwich Dis in between us, like, oh my gosh, don't scare me like that. Ah!
But yeah, the dog just sort of sits back there and sort of like trying to hop up on the back of Dis, clawing at your back of your leg. Not in a vicious way. And then
No, in an excited way.
as that's going on, you see the elves are sort of, they've now seen Dis. They've seen Dis, you know? And they both stop. The orc and the minotaur are sort of like laughing as they're like pointing to the guard that he killed is sort of now off his horn floating down the river.
Okay, so 6 is dead.
Yeah.
Finally.
And,
you see the body slowly. The Minotaur's got like the dagger mark in his head, still just like, you motherfucker.
you see the orc reach up and he's like, "Come here, Teskin," and grabs one of his horns, pulls his head down, and rips the knife out. He's like, "You got something right there." And he sort of laughs at him and throws the dagger to the ground. And you can see it sort of like is vibrating and sort of sinks into the dirt. And
all that I can imagine is when he goes to pull it out, he does like that mom thing. He's like, "You got something." He's like holding his right here,
yeah.
Throws his horn back up like, "All right."
And then the two elves are just staring kind of at Dis, and they don't seem to be reacting. But the guy kind of looks back over, the male elf looks back over at Volsung, and he sort of puts his hand on his sister's shoulder, and he says something to her, and he's not trying to hide it. So Dis, you can almost hear it, but I do need a check to see if you can make out what he says. Volsung too, if you want to hear it.
13.
Oh wait, do you know Elven?
plus-
No,
Yeah.
I don't have Elven.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
13.
It's going to be active perception, right?
Yes, active perception.
So 23.
Okay, so
'Cause I
it
get
is
plus
over
10.
here. Yep. So, what? Well, it's not a plus 10. It counts as a 10.
No. As in my
Oh.
perception on my character sheet
Oh, gotcha.
has a plus 10 to it.
So you hear the elf male say to his sister as he puts his hand on her shoulder, like, "I think things just got a little more complicated," and walks over to Volsung and begins to speak common again and says, "So, like, what does that thing do anyway? The other thing they got, the readings that Woji got from him, it was opening gateways, very interesting gateways. We came to try and find similar tech, and then I opened that cube, whatever it is. There's like the inside of a ship or something in there, a fortress.
Okay.
But it wouldn't let me in. I could see it. It wouldn't let me pass though."
Yeah, it's because I programmed it not to. That's my ship, and yeah, you're correct. It is opening doorways, all kinds of doorways. So you say there's similar tech around here, yeah?
Well, they
And
got
that's what you-
something. They got something from this crash earlier, and they opened something with it, and we came to investigate the readings, and it wasn't, whatever it wasn't here. It's somewhere else. They took it somewhere. I'm sure they took it to one of their testing stations somewhere. We're you
Continue,
can call
sorry.
us a rebellion of sorts. And as he says that, you can see the sister, the girl, sort of like rolls her eyes and just like, "Oh, fucking here we go."
Is one of these elves blonde and farm boy looking?
Nope. They both have black hair. The
Okay.
male elf seems to be more like a roguish personality, like a bardic sort of suave kind of guy. The female seems to be more military, and then the orc and the minotaur, they seem out of sorts. The minotaur's got thick brown fur, both horns with a gold, white gold nose ring, and he's got no armor on, but he's got a sort of similar to Volsung's Dreamcatcher, a like 3-headed Dreamcatcher type thing hanging from his neck. He seems a little spiritual, and the orc seems very tech-based. He seems very smart. The way he talks, it sounds like an orc, but he uses words that are, let's say, flamboyant for an orc. He seems to be the person who made the tech too, because he refers to the things as my tech or his tech when he says stuff. But the female elf just sort of sits on that stump and looks over at Dis and Brynn and just kind of shakes her head. You get our ship now. You get the sense that she is overwhelmed, and yeah, you could easily plant the seed in that ship if you wanted to. You could have a starfighter that has a giant ship inside of it.
Hey, Volsung,
I
think fast.
It's not nice to throw things.
oh, look at you.
And there's a good portion of the frame left of the van. It sort of was like a shell, at least the front half of it. You feel like it still had sort of the bottom chassis part with the back axle and shit still. It was just like sort of the back hub that fell off. You think it could be repaired?
Okay. So, I suppose I could. We can commandeer that ship, and I can find a way to get my ship repaired to a certain point.
This was a ship, and Renage, the elf, just sort of points down to the rubble. It didn't just fall off a ship. It was a ship.
Yes, it's my ship. It's a very unique ship. I've had
you
to.
can say that.
I've had to repair it. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Thanks.
We know
But,
someone who could fix this if you need someone to help you fix it. We got a spot too, but we'd have to charge you rent. And then the sister just goes like, technically they saved us. We owe them one. So. And they don't seem to be from around here. As she turns and looks at Dis and Brynn over there.
Sigh. Brynn and Dis's ship now.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 2-seater pilot, fighter pilot.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of course it fucking is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it doesn't necessarily exactly look like that. The way they kind of look is if you imagine a crescent moon, but not in the middle of the moon, sort of off to the side, asymmetrical. One of the moons goes out longer, and there's a sort of center piece that goes on it, so where the cockpit is. I was going to draw them out, but I didn't get time.
So what you're saying is it's like a new Battlestar Galactica fighter, just a little asymmetrical.
I never watched Battlestar Galactica, but yes,
God.
I'm sure there's lots of half-moon ships.
Oh my
Here we
gosh!
go. I hear this typing.
You made it happen. You made it happen. How dare you say you've never seen? That's where we are now.
Yeah. I just started watching Farscape.
Yes.
I'm in season 2, by the way. It's amazing.
Nice, man. I was going to ask.
It's happening.
But
Slowly.
Renage basically comes to you, Volsung, and the elf girl is kind of like that, but it's more moon-like. It's very sleek.
That's a space station.
Oh, shit.
No. It's not a moon. It's a space station. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, so Renage comes up to you. The orc and the minotaur come up to you as well, Volsung, and they introduce themselves. The elf basically points to himself. He's like, "I'm Renage. This is Boksang, and this is Teskin Gore. We're like I said, we're a rebellion squad. We do scouting and the shit that other people don't want to do." And then the orc goes, "That's because we're expendable and no one likes you."
That's solid.
At least they're honest with you about it, huh?
Yeah, they're
So
too honest.
recon.
Yeah, that's their specialty. I'm the pilot. Bach is my engineer. Teskin is the battlefield cleric, and my sister is the brains. And she just is not paying attention.
All right, so where are you based from here? And these people that you say can help me fix my ship.
I'm not
How
going to
far?
say aloud where we're stationed.
That's
but
fine.
we can take you to our ship and load this up and take you there.
Okay.
That's if you're ready to go, but we're not really leaving yet. We're going to scout the forest, see what else is in the area. We might have missed some ships, but I mean, we'll be taking off probably the next day, next 12 hours, actually.
Okay. Well, I need to talk with my compatriots as well anyway. We need to figure out where we're going because I need to find the rest of my ship. I don't know if have I found all of the pieces of my ship? I mean, I've
So
let's see,
besides
my inventory.
besides the gravitron device that makes the van fly,
Yeah.
you found almost everything, and then you also have the flux capacitor part, the universal flux capacitor.
And the gizmo.
Yeah,
and
Gizmo's
that's-
gone.
Hey, Brynn,
let's
Yes.
see.
I'm over there.
Item.
And as you're, oh, go ahead.
I'm basically just indicating to Shae that this kind of hooked her thumb in a certain direction and then walked over here.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know where she wants to be other than where she was shooting people, so that's what I was attempting to determine.
I'm trying to figure out what we're doing next. So
I'm over here trying to scoop
Alright,
Dead
so
Elf
I'm-
out of some power armor, but
We kind of liquefied all the other guys, didn't we?
yeah, my bad.
Well, I mean, I poisoned the shit out of them with
Yeah,
webs.
you made them like bleed
Liquefy
black
from the
goo out
inside.
their eyeballs.
Yeah.
I just made them not exist anymore.
You know. All right, so I need to find the gravitron.
Friends
So-
helping.
Yeah, Dis. Which
What?
direction? Oh fuck!
What?
Where are you guys in relation to me? Oh, you're all the way over there.
Yeah, they're all
Did-
over
did-
there.
I'm where I
They
killed
walked
the
away.
dead commander, so
Oh,
I can scoop his
yeah.
innards out
All
of
right,
the.
I
guess I'm
light speed
helping.
run over there real quick.
What the
And
fuck
then
are you
as
doing?
as you run away, you can hear Renaj be like, "What the? What the hell? That dude's fast." Okay, let's see what he missed, and he starts going through the rubble.
VW hubcap.
Yeah, as you run over there, you meet up with Dis and Brynn, and you guys are like about to gain your bearings when Volsung, behind them, you can see a form stand out from behind a tree. It's a female elf, but she seems oddly familiar, but you can't pinpoint where you know her from. It's a weird pull.
Interesting.
Just out of curiosity, has my pull shifted?
No,
And I said
you
pull.
still feel it. You still feel it, but it's getting more intense.
Can you
Intense.
kind of give me a can you give me a direction of the pull?
So directly where the X is on that starship, where the head of the starship's pointing, it would be directly north that way now, since you guys are
Okay.
at the crash site.
So like this.
Yep.
Okay.
And she just seems to be watching. She's sort of got one hand on the tree, poking around, and you can kind of see half her face. She's just sort of listening to what you guys are saying, and you get the sense that she's trying to
Great.
figure out where you guys are, who you guys are. What were you saying though?
No, I just said that's creepy.
When I get up there and stop, I grab out the telelink equipment. Here, put these in.
He starts shooting everyone at the base of their spine with a fucking giant needle
Are,
gun.
are
Oh,
you
jeez.
are you lowjacking me?
It's for your own
Do
good.
it. We need to keep track of deaths. They disappear a lot.
Yeah.
Are you
All right.
are you
So
lying?
now
Because I
I-
said disappear.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? Testing.
You're
Oh,
you're standing
I-
right next to us.
I'm not moving my mouth.
I feel like this is a skit from Firefly
testing.
with Jane and Mal standing right next to each other.
Yeah, you guys, as you're while looking at Volsung and he puts his head down and puts his head up, you guys each get little instant messages that pop up, like testing, and then you can hear the voice, and then you get a little camera feed hologram that pops up, and you guys are seeing you guys look at Volsung. You're like, it's like looking at a weird mirror for a second there.
I don't like it. What's happening? Gross.
Well, now we can keep in contact no matter how far apart we are.
What's the range on this?
I'm not 100% sure.
Beating
Same
heart.
plane of existence.
Same plane of existence. There you go.
So if we're in different games, we can't hear each other?
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
If one of us is outside your ship, can we hear inside the ship?
Nope. But because it's his ship, it gets routed through his ship out and sent. So it still technically works.
But
for
not
you
a
guys.
ship like your ship. Gotcha.
Okay. Yep.
It has to be a friendly ship.
Set up for that, yeah.
All right. I am still missing one piece of my ship, and perhaps we might be able to ask our eavesdropper over there for assistance. I
The
believe she
universal flux.
aided us on the way over here.
Um,
Perhaps I'm wrong.
Is this the one that I saw doing the magic hold shit, or was that
Yeah.
one of the?
No, this is her. She seemed to walk around the outskirts of the jungle area where you guys are. and
Jesus,
kinda
she made
come around.
fucking a lot of time around. Wow, she's a moving beast.
Well, you guys have been talking and walking around, so you just kind of.
It's impressive. God damn it! I smell food. Like in my house, I smell food. Volsung, why don't you talk to her, since you can describe what it is we're still looking for, while I melon scoop. the
I
rest
pull
of
out,
this.
the universal flux capacitor, and
No,
show
that's the one of the things that's still missing. That's
that's
what opened
that's
the
the thing
gate.
that I'm still looking for.
yeah. I said that.
Okay.
So the thing that makes the van fly is still missing, but the main thing missing is the universal flux modulator. You
Okay, so I'm
found
still
the
missing two things.
Yeah, you found
Okay.
your bigger on the inside, so you have your like little fortress you can set down, and you guys can all like
Gotcha.
camp inside your ship wherever you.
Oh, what is that
One.
called in D&D?
It's the magnificent
Something hot.
mansion.
Oh,
Mordenkainen
yeah.
Magnificent
Okay.
mansion.
All right, cool. All right, so I pull out the transspatial expander. I'm looking for more pieces of my ship like this.
Are you
Anything
telling us
wrong?
or her?
I walk over to the elf, the
Okay.
half elf, and
Oh,
And
you haven't met
talk-
me yet. You're younger.
I'm
Sorry, continue.
It's been a weird day. I'm looking for pieces of technology like this that are not native to this area and fell from the sky, perhaps causing a lot of chaos. Usually.
Nothing with you is native. So you've broken your ship yet again, I see.
Oh, hell.
I just turned to Brynn. She knows him well.
Yeah. That's
And it's the sense is really throwing you off because you get the sense that she knows you, but you have no idea who this person is. There's just a sense of familiarity you can't shake. But other than that, you have no idea.
this is very weird, very weird conversation. Yes, this is definitely not the first time that I've broken my ship. Generally speaking, it's not my fault. Usually, most of the time, and it won't be the last time, I'm sure. But I can rebuild it. I just need to find the rest of it, the main components.
Well,
Have you seen anything in regard to that?
No, just all this. Whatever landed here seemed to be drawing everybody's attention. But I didn't realize it was yours. I knew there was something strange about it, but there's just, I don't know. I didn't think I'd ever see you again, especially meet you for the first time in this way. It's kind of weird.
What the fuck is happening over there?
This is some very strange temporal looping stuff that I have not encountered in a while. Wow. So,
It's very weird to meet you for the first time again in this setting. What?
Exactly.
What?
There's some weird Mobius strip shit happening with time here.
All I
don't
heard
need to
was
hear about
tempura,
Mobius strip.
and that's gross. And
Fried shrimp.
Wow. I go by Volsung in this reality. You can also call me Kronos.
Yeah. Okay. Volsung, and she sort of winks at you. If you need somewhere to hold up, I've got a hut in the jungle where I stay now. I'm sort of retired from the adventuring life. Kind of ended up here. Bad wish gone wrong. Yeah. If you guys need a place to dine, I can definitely house you. Do you have any plans on going deeper into the jungle by chance?
Well,
I need to go that way.
You just point.
Yep.
Sort of looks at
Okay.
you.
I need to find the other pieces of my ship. What can you tell us about these rebels? Do you know anything about them?
Yeah, for about 80 years now, they've been fighting some high elven lord of some kind who's just controlling everything, locking things down, making trade hard for people. Your typical emperor stuff. I like the rural areas. I stay away from the cities. Too much noise, a lot of chaos. I'm kind of past that now. If you are going deeper into the jungle, she sort of looks where Dis pointed. You might want to have that one break this out at the right time, and she sort of hands you a stick. You know that it would take an arcane caster of some kind to use this. It's sort of a totem, and it's like this old, rotted, nearly rotted, dried out piece of wood with, well, it used to be a word scratched in it, but it seems to be like cracked and torn, almost illegible, like it had been used before, but not drained of all of its power. And if it had been drained of all of its power, it would have shattered.
All right, thank you.
Oh yeah, hold up.
Okay.
That's a good question. Is Kirby still in me? Or did he go back in
no.
the damn crow?
Yeah, no, as soon as the silent spell was ended, he goes back to the crow. He just does
Thank
that to cast a
goodness.
spell, and as long as he's concentrating on a spell, he'll be there, but then he leaves.
Because it's creepy. Okay?
How do you think I felt?
person. I don't care how you felt. I'm talking me. I don't want him
He was
around
in
my
me
body
for
doing
hours.
Giggity. A keeper.
It was flaccid and it was
Oh,
cold.
stop it.
No longer a keeper. Take it back. She basically says they have their own goals of freeing people, but it's just one of those ever-churning political confrontations.
Of course.
Apparently there's no drow here, but seems like you found one.
Yeah, that's an interesting story that I will have to tell you over dinner at some point.
Yeah,
Aw.
you should come dine before you guys head out deeper into the jungle. I believe
I agree.
you remember eating. She had this particular trick she would do with cooking, where it would boost your resistances, your tolerances to the poisonous stuff like that. Make you resistant to fear, sort of seeing things like that.
Excellent.
I'm giggling because I was just picturing her roofing him.
That's just the impression he gets, but he's just all fucked up.
Nice try. I've built up a tolerance.
No. See that other way. She also says that she could help you find where those other pieces are, but it would take her some time to do that because she'd have to use divination magic, something she hasn't really been practicing in a while, but she can do it.
Okay. The other thing is my ship. These folks say they can help me fix my ship. It'll fix itself given time, but I need a place to stash the pieces.
So that one right there, she points to Renage. He's mostly harmless. He's a big talker, gets himself into trouble. She points to the girl, is always saving his ass. They're trustworthy, but they could fix your ship up pretty well. They're kind of racers. That's how they made their money before the rebellion. Illegal street racing. Or some of them. The twins anyway. Good people.
All right. Well, I believe that I should go grab Keggy before we go grab food. They said they're not taking off for at least 12 hours. And after all the bullshit we just went through, I think we deserve a little bit of a rest.
Also, if you need, to stay longer, I could always make sure they stay. Grab their attention.
Okay.
So, just let me know.
Trophy them.
Give them something to investigate. Gotcha. Okay.
Get them all trashed, yeah. Keep them here.
Uh-huh.
I just narrow my eyes at Volsung. Kind of shake my head and yeah, I knew that vibe I was getting from you was right.
No idea why you're looking at me like that, Drow, but anyway. Do you guys agree?
I mean, we need to get the rest of your shit, so.
Yeah.
And then we need to investigate the pole that Dis has.
The way that I look at it is if we don't get the rest of your crap, and whatever, which very well could be the pull that Dis is feeling, I can't get any more ammo, and I'm down to 3 shots. So,
I sent the Raven to investigate. That
Okay.
is that what that odd white line is?
That was what this is.
I'm wondering what the white.
Yeah,
That's the
Trail.
direction.
that's the direction. Volsung, you would know that since you have the the expander or whatever, the dimensional expander, you can use your workshop now. You just need to gather resources to actually make the ammo, and you'd have to figure out what all that stuff is. But you have the means to make them at the moment. You have like your home base.
Excellent. Yeah, with the expander. Excellent. Okay.
I like pedal a bike and to create electricity. Oh no! Why would we need electricity? We have Sir Lightning Bolt right here.
I was just gonna say, we'll just have Volsung shoot at it.
But yeah, so the elf woman looks at you and she goes, "So you don't know my name, then? I take it, huh?"
I don't. This is the first time that we're meeting on this plane.
She
At
sort of
this
whispers in your ear. She says her name is Suzaria, but she sort of leans back after she whispers that. So you can call me Sue. Says that out loud for the others to hear.
Okay.
And then she basically says like, yeah, if you go deeper into the jungle, that totem should help. But if you want to stop by, the hut's on the way. I'll only take an hour of your time and hopefully give you a helpful boon, because it gets really thick out there and there's some nasty flora and fauna out there.
Yeah, we came across some vines that tried to eat me and my compatriots.
Yeah, ornery little shits.
And, yeah, very. And then some acidic, for lack of a better term, jello. Which
oh yeah.
Yeah, that felt great.
Yeah, where I come from, they move. Here, they just glue up and glob.
So it didn't show up, so I can't put it up on the screen, but Johnny Cage says, "Ship this, ship that. How about you bitches walk?" Well played, sir.
Don't worry. I got something for you,
Okay.
Johnny.
Look here. First of all, Mr. Vampire who can fly, and then Wisp who can fly. Fuck you.
Mathura.
We do it.
That's what I'm naming our ship now.
No,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Are we putting that little symbol on the side of it?
Yes.
I like it. Just keep this fucking lore going forever.
Fuck yeah. We're also repainting it.
Oh god. Red fade to blue.
All right.
Put the RD
So-
logo on it. It's
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm not going anywhere until I finish with this armor and then go investigate that other ship.
How fucking long is it gonna take you to
I
skip
d-
some innards out?
It hasn't been my turn. Volsung's been busy.
The armor, it's basically plate armor, and it has a shield on it. So it's basically +2 plate mail, but it's not magic, and it doesn't give you disadvantage. It's kind of all the power armor is.
It doesn't give me disadvantage?
Yeah, because plate mail gives you disadvantage on stealth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this doesn't do that. Basically like mithril, I think.
Really? +2 plate. Brynn, what's your plate? I don't want to take something that's better for you.
I'm actually trying to find
I think
it.
hers is +2 actually, or +1.
Mine's
+2.
+2, and I have the disadvantage. That's the only
It's a stealth.
negative. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
but you
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, it's not like I'm.
And it would be commander armor, so it's basically all black power armor. There's no elven helmet, and it's got like 2 white stripes that go down the left arm.
Yeah.
It is-
So if you took it, then it's going to make you stand out more, I guess.
I can paint it. My question is, does it fit a 6'7" mini giant, or does it fit?
It's more in line with your size disc, but you feel like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen Indestructible Hulk, but you feel like it can actually fit different sizes, as long as it's not too small or
Expands.
too big.
Man, it must be nice around Thanksgiving.
Food, baby.
Food, cookie.
Cookie.
Oh, right.
It's up
So
to you,
now that
Brynn.
you've got your power armor, yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna
I'm
go
fine.
grab Keggy.
I'm fine.
Oh, you
So-
realize Keggy would have slowly caught up to you over time. So like as you turn around, like I'm gonna get Keggy. Keggy's like,
Oh, shit.
finally getting to
There you
you.
are, buddy.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay. Never mind then.
Brynn, is your
So-
armor special in any way?
Just a +2, I think.
Just +2.
Then it's yours, because all of my literally my armor has my blur and has my shadow step on it.
Okay, so then basically all this is gonna get rid of my stealth disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is there any way to actually do that?
Yeah, I'll set that up here in a sec. I'll go
Okay,
through
that's
it.
fine. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to make sure that like we could do it in here.
Yep.
I figured we could. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll make it basically.
I'm keeping
And
it
then-
black with the stripe.
As you guys are over there with Sue, the other elf woman comes over, and she's like, "I know, sorry about the introductions. It's been a pretty informal day. I believe the others introduced themselves, but I'm Samina Tago. The annoying guy over there, Renaj, is my brother. Thank
to
you
meet
for
you,
saving us. I don't think we would have been able to get out of this situation without you, and whatever it is they grabbed out of your ship, they'd have gotten that too. So, thank you.
Sorry, his name is what?
So her name is Samina. The guy's name is Renaj.
Good enough.
Yep.
Instead of pink elf and blue elf.
you see the Samina sort of looks over at Sue and she's like, "Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you around." And then Sue's basically like, "Yeah, I got away from everything, and this is about as far as you can get and still be livable." And she's like, "So, you still making those dinners?" And Sue froze. You're invited too. You can tell the others. If you don't want to eat your dry rations, you can stop by in about an hour.
Dinner?
I love that. Just trying to be all coy, like, you still eat food? You still like make the food and then eat it, and usually make too much and maybe have extras. Like, smooth.
Samina, Bach, Teskin. Yeah, so Teskin, Renaj, and Bach are all sort of playing a card game on that stump now. Samina has sort of gone through the ship. She probably got there before you guys and was like looking it over and just seeing what like the specs on it and stuff like that. And she doesn't seem to be taking anything out of it. The other ship's gone. So yeah, that's basically what's happening in this scenario. You guys basically can decide if you want to stop by and have dinner and get a boon, or if you want to head straight to the pole. And where do you want your ship to go, Volsung? Do you want to go with them, or do you want to just pull it over to the hut? It's up to you.
You know what? I'll let them take the scraps with them.
Okay.
Because we're going. They're supposed to be taking us where they're going anyway. I mean, are they going to leave while we're having dinner? I figured we would have dinner and then. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have dinner, hold out for those like last 10, 11 hours while you guys do what you're doing and they do what they do, and then they're gonna leave if you're not there. But at least
gotcha. Sue
says she can try to, stall them or whatever. But
yeah.
So you guys have about 11 hours or whatever if you guys go. And Renaj basically looks at you and he's like, "Is there any tips you have?" Like what? I mean, I'm just curious because how did this fly? I don't get it. And he just sort of stares at you because he's a pilot. He's just like, I don't get it.
It's like I'm looking at the rubble and I'm not seeing.
It
propulsion.
Doesn't actually make sense. If I'm going to be perfectly blatantly honest with you, it doesn't make any sense. The way it flies, it defies any kind of physics you might be thinking of. It's just, I to be fair, I found it myself, and I don't fully understand it either.
This is gonna be okay. I'm gonna pull the ship around. Bach, Teskin, you're helping me load this shit in. All right.
Be careful now.
I'll help you rebuild it, and I don't know how it works.
And Renaj exchanges Neuralink info with you, so you can hit him up whenever you want. You basically have your chop shop contact.
Excellent.
GTA chop shop contact.
Shop.
Wicked.
Oh. I love that it's like an actual chop shop too. It's like,
Yep.
Hey, Volsung, do you have the ability to shrink things down?
No.
That's an interesting question.
I don't believe I do.
With any of your ship parts that...
I mean, we might be able to work on something in the workshop.
You can make something. There's a spell that you could make an item that duplicates. Also, if you're looking to store something, you could store it in your magnificent mansion. Because the way this one works, it actually works as a storage. Because the normal spell, you can't store stuff in there that's not generated in there. But yours actually works as like a bag of holding as well. In a way, you can store stuff in there, just not organic material. As soon as it shuts off, anything organic would come out.
Right. Okay.
Well, you see, there's a certain item that I don't want to leave behind.
Right.
Thank you, Sai. Or Dis.
If you bring that up, they'll sort of be like, well, I mean, we were going to take it, but I guess we could let you take it.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
That's
Renaj. Renaj talking to you, and then his sister
Just put the dagger down.
saved our lives. And then Renaj sort of looks at her and he's like, when are we ever going to get one of these fighters in perfect condition? They're always shot to shit. And he's just like, you can see there's a part of him that's just like, and all the veins are sort of like protruding in his neck. Fine. It hurts.
A bit of advice for how you can get one. Maybe shoot at the guys instead of the ship.
Would you like to do that in a dogfight?
Yeah.
No, wait till they're, landed.
We don't really get opportunities like this that often, but I'll keep that in mind.
You know,
parked at a base. Or
other than that black hole over there, I mean...
Yeah, the vortex is still open. Just the whole time you guys are having these conversations. Just...
Sucking in little woodland creatures.
Providing a nice little breeze.
One of the other hell puppies comes running out of the forest. Mom! And then gets sucked into the black hole.
No! Why?
I'm just kidding.
The humanity.
The humanity. The inhumanity.
The dogmanity.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's
okay. What are we doing?
Volsung, stuff that into your
Rephrase everything you're fucking saying right now.
no stuff.
Stuff it into your sack.
put that in your prison wallet.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible rephrasing.
Is
I'm
Kirby
sorry.
trying to talk?
What did Kirby
Yeah.
say?
Prison wallet.
Aren't you supposed to be exploring?
No, he's come back.
Telepathic link.
Oh, yeah. Shoot it into the bird. I'm sure the wisp of energy will get the effect.
But he comes back and he's scouted the temple area, the pole, then that area, that direction, and he basically says he found a lot of thick jungle, but it surrounds a sort of grove where these a sort of ziggurat or some sort of pyramid is, but it's covered in plant life.
Okay.
It was actually hard to see the ruins underneath it.
Okay. Volsung,
Yes.
take care of this so we can go with her.
I will be right back. 1 sec.
All right. So I guess I would just have to, run over there and open the door to the mansion? The hangar?
Do you have levitate? We could levitate it, push it in like it's on blocks. I'm sure my mage hand could hold all that weight.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking. Can't be more than 10 pounds. And can't attack, activate, magic item, carry more than 10 pounds. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it.
My mage hand is different. It's extra magical.
Well, I was reading the cantrip.
Oh. Yeah, that's like the base, and then I get an enhancement to it since I'm an arcane trickster. Let me see
Nice.
here. Thieves can't come.
It was the ledger
Oh, yeah.
domain thing. You get it.
Yeah.
At third
By the
level.
way, arcane trickster here. Take this.
Take
It's a
what?
gift from Sue.
Are you giving me your moldy stick?
I'm giving you this stick.
Disc. Make me an arcana
Person that
check.
lives around here says that you might need it. Person that lives around here, been here a while. I think I might listen.
Do I even have arcana? Yes, I do.
As an arcane trickster, yes, you do.
16 plus 2.
18. There is very destructive magic held in this totem. If you were to break the rest of it and release the last little bit of energy, you feel like there would be a very withering effect, something that would drain the life or water or moisture from things.
Baton of Desiccate. Awesome.
Baton of desiccation.
Baton
Okay,
of desiccation.
there we go. Mark that.
All right.
So how do we get this in Volsung's mansion?
So they don't get the ship in the mansion, and you can only get things that are 10 by 10 into the mansion and out of the mansion. So what you have to do is get someone to fly that while they fly his rebel, because most of you were just going to be sitting on their ship as they flew you, but one of you guys, probably Volsung, but one of you other you can try it if you want, Dis. You did learn some stuff when you're in the ship. You could try and see how well you could do. It's dexterity based, so.
Why not? We could solve this problem by blowing myself up instantly.
No, you don't. You're not gonna. Come on, you've
Crit one.
driven
Come
before,
on.
right?
You
I'm
hit the
just
self-destruct button. You are now dead.
kidding. Eject in space.
Wow.
Remember the Force Awakens when they try to steal the Millennium Falcon off that
Oh, God,
desert
the
planet
jump.
and just drag it across the fucking sand a few times?
Just right into a tree.
Yep.
Right into the first tree.
And then I tossed the keys at the elf dude that was complaining. Here you go, Tony.
Hey, don't feel too bad, Renaj. We stayed with some wild elves, a pace back. They told us about a mine that might have some gold in it. Go check that out as a thank you for the ship and for helping me with my ship.
And you're telling that to who specifically?
Renaj and his
Renaj?
sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gold.
Gold.
You said the magic word, and
Yeah, kind of figured. On every world I've been on, gold seems to be the magic word.
he starts like moving this long, sort of oblong-shaped coin in his hand. It's almost spherical, but flat, and in between his fingers. And he's like, "Oh, where exactly? Could you mark it on the HUD for me?"
Fucking
And you can.
Ferengi
You can.
elves.
Your
Yeah,
device has tracked all your stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, I send it to him from my bracer. It's the spiked one.
I'm gonna go run scans right now. You guys can finish the rest of this up, right? Okay, cool. And then he didn't wait for them to respond, and he just starts going back to his ship, and he's gonna send a little drone out and do some scans. So Dis, if you guys are going to the dinner, you can choose to forego the dinner, not get the benefits, and learn to fly that starfighter if you want.
Oh.
Choices.
Wait, are they doing a rest while they're there?
No, it's a short rest, not a long rest, but they're eating over an
Me
hour.
and my
which is gonna
warlock
give them
bard self,
benefits.
that's all I need.
I'm gonna go over to the starfighter and look for keys.
Boop, boop. You see the same exact key starter that you saw for that mech.
Oh, cool! I take it. I lock it. Boop, boop. I'm getting the bonus, bitches. We'll come back.
Okay.
Kirby, protect our starfighter.
The crow goes into the cockpit, and the cockpit slides shut over him, and he's just sitting in there. You can't see him anymore. Obviously, he's a crow. But as you guys sort of continue with the group, Renaj doesn't come to the dinner. He's stuck searching for gold. But the rest of you guys all go to this hut. It's sort of actually a pretty beautiful grove underneath this very thick mat of canopy in the jungle. It's very dark, but there's a little grotto with a kind of like creek that trickles into it. On the trees outlined, there's like bioluminescent fungus and flowers that are growing on them. All kinds of insects that are sort of helping the plants and stuff grow. It's all like this nice tight ecosystem. And there's a table outside that sort of begins to grow and form out of vines as she sort of raises her hand, and seats form there too. And she's like, there should be enough room for about 12, more than plenty for us. And sit where you like. I'll start bringing out food. And there's like a little hut off in the jungle. It looks pretty small. And she goes in and starts coming out with tons of food, a huge amount of food that covers this whole table that's big enough for 12 people. Any kind of food you can imagine. As you guys start thinking about food, like, oh man, I've always wanted mashed potatoes with some roasted garlic on top. And she brings that dish out next. And it's just like everything you're thinking of, like all the perfect stuff. And it doesn't seem like there's enough room in the hut that she's going into to make all this stuff. And Volsung, that makes you cock sort of an eye. Like, that's familiar. Yeah. And yeah, she sort of prepares the dinner, and everyone else is sat down and really trying hard not to just grab the woman in the orc, but you see Teskin is actually sort of slapping their hands and like making them wait and sort of like keeping his hands and elbows off the table. But yeah, that's the setting, and everyone's sort of getting ready to have this feast. Anything you guys want to do?
I'd like to ask the orc or the minotaur, just like the group across, like what. Well, they were on recon. How long they've been doing this? How long have you been fighting this resistance? You guys in particular.
The orc lets out a long sigh, and he says, "I've been doing this, 60 years now?" And that's weird because orcs usually live really short lives. Like 60 years old should be like the end of their span, and he's been doing this for 60 years. So you get a sense that that's kind of odd. But yeah, he's been doing this for 60 years. The elf girl says, my family was taken out pretty early, and Renaj got me out, and we kind of joined the resistance as kids. We were taken in early. He learned to fly, I learned to shoot and think. He never really learned to think. He can breathe, though. He's good at that.
Well, we all got to start somewhere. So.
Yeah, he can breathe and fly, so he can multitask. I have to give credit where credit's due.
Oh shit! Fuck. It's brutal.
And the orc's just kind of laughing. Teskin's just like, ooh, his same reaction that Brynn has. They're both sort of, the two barbarians are like, ooh, that hurt. Yeah, the Minotaur though doesn't really seem to want to talk about how long he's been doing it. The bringing up, thinking about the start, hit some sort of scar.
Hey, Brynn. I like your armor. Bloop, bloop. Thanks.
It's a very nice color.
So, any information you guys can give us about your oppressors? Anything useful?
They all just take a deep breath and like look at each other like, where do we begin? Sort of look, and the orc, the gray orc, he sort of starts talking. He goes on this long spiel about it was strange. Way before the war happened, tension started with the moon of Roshana exploding, which seems very familiar to Dis and Brynn.
So the guy in the ship said Roshana right before he disappeared, almost like he was, marking where he was going to teleport.
That's their word of recall. The Scions are very powerful high elves. The Lord has a telepathic control over all of his soldiers, and the ones that wrestle free from his control become his generals. And then they get psychic command over their little brigade, but he obviously has control of everybody deep down. No one really wants to talk about it. Everyone kind of just acts like things are normal. It's been this way for I think 112 years now. Or after a century, it sort of gets hard to keep track.
Sounds like someone we're going to have to kill at some point. Just basing it on the last world we were on.
What do you mean the last world we were on? Where'd you guys come from?
Oh, just some gorge.
It was just a different world, different universe, different plane.
Different universe. As you say that, the engineer looks at the female, Samina and Bach. They sort of look at each other, and Cock and I, and Bach goes, so the readings we picked up were accurate. You did open the gate, opened to somewhere else. So, is it another galaxy? beyond the rim?
Well beyond the rim. Think of it as possibly a parallel to your rim, or infinite parallels. So
Multiverse theory.
I'm sorry, I realized I'm 12 years old when I laugh at
I
these
know.
things.
I say, but he basically so the multiverse theory. It's true.
yes,
That was
yes.
right.
And we got shot through a whole bunch of them trying to escape from the last place we were at.
That's what they took
Well,
from your
we
ship.
were safe. Yeah.
What is it that you have that you recovered from this? We found some sort of seed. I don't know how to explain it. It was leaching off the land and reconstituting itself. It was reshaping your van. It was rebuilding it.
That that is the piece of tech that's one of the pieces of my ship, right?
Yeah, the seed that
seed.
that Disc gave you. Yeah, it was
Okay.
basically it's the alien tech that rebuilds it. It's the main piece, like the main seed.
Okay. I didn't add that to my sorry. Anyway,
Yeah, the
no, that's
football, I forgot.
the matter engine that I I discovered. Well, more pilfered, I guess, from a downed craft when I was stuck in a very well, actually not too dissimilar from this, to be honest with you. A lot higher cliffs around, but yes, something like this. No technology around me, so there was not supposed to be anything like that. And yeah, I was stuck there. Managed to pilfer this tech and fix my van for the second time with this tech. A lot easier this time, I will fully admit. A lot
As you
easier.
say that, Bach raises the drink and he's like, "To deja vu," and sort of takes a shot, takes a drink.
Skål.
The food that you guys eat, by the way, you will get several things from it. You're not poisoned. Any normal diseases or magical diseases would be gone. You become immune to poison. You're immune to being frightened, and all wisdom saving throws you make have advantage. And you also gain an extra 2d10 temporary hit points, or no, maximum hit points, meaning you heal up those when you heal.
All right, so roll 2d10 and count that as a heal.
Yeah. And whoever rolls the highest, you all will get that.
I rolled an 11.
2d10.
15.
Awesome, babe. Did you say that this does or does not count as a short rest?
It's a short rest. It counts as a short rest.
Does it count for me like a short rest since my rests are half the length of their rests?
Yeah, it's still a short rest for you because a normal rest for you has to be 4 hours, and you're not spending 4 hours.
What does the 0 mean on the? Is that the 10 on the d10?
That's the
That's
10.
a 10. Yeah.
Dumb question. Yeah. Okay. All right. So 17 for.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh,
17.
so you're the better.
Yeah, everyone gets 17 extra hit points for 24 hours. You have extra 17 to your maximum, which means you can get healed back up to that. So they're better than temporary hit points.
All right. So 17. And you can put that in the. We can put that in the temp here, that temp slot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And just remember that when you get healed, you can heal up to 17 in there. And I'll try to remember that too. I've got it written down in my notes right here.
And you said we're immune to poison.
Yeah.
Can't
And
be
any like
frightened.
diseases, any diseases you guys had that are like not magical, they're sort of like natural diseases, yeah, they get cured. I thought it was magical ones too, but it's not.
A short rest, blah, 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 at least 1 hour long, during which nothing with eating, drinking, reading.
So when it says automatically apply healing with dice result, should that be checked for the short rest?
That's if you use your hit dice to heal. Because if you need to heal when you take a short rest, you can roll your hit dice to heal that many.
I mean,
Because you don't automatically heal.
Yeah, I'm only missing 5. I kind of feel like, but I mean, it doesn't cost anything for me to roll my hit dice, does it?
No, you get half of your hit dice maximum back when you do a long rest, so they regenerate.
Okay.
That's like your body's constitution, natural constitution regeneration sort of thing, healing. Ugh.
Alright, so... Alright, so... Short rest.
Oh, I did it. It
Got my
didn't
hit
actually.
back.
Yeah, it didn't heal anything.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 sec.
Did you take damage?
Hit dice.
I did.
I did.
I mean, I didn't take much, but I took some.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think you have to click in those boxes down below.
The hit die.
Yeah,
Oh,
where it says like your
the
class.
How
damage.
many
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna...
Yeah. You type it in and then you click the thing, or you can click however many with the number.
Okay.
So yeah, you got 15 back with you rolled an 11 on your D12 plus 4. Nice.
So, and I was only missing 5, so then I just heal up those 5, right?
Yep, and yeah, you
'Cause-
heal up those 5, and then you get the 17 on top of that for
Okay.
24 hours.
Okay. Cool. Okay, I think I understand this.
And then if anything makes you make a wisdom save, that'll also be with advantage. So wisdom
Okay.
save, immune to
That
poison.
was the other thing.
That's good, because my wisdom is garbage.
And immune to poison damage, which was the big thing.
Alright, so immune to poison damage, cannot be frightened, and wisdom save advantage, right?
Yep. And then the health. But yep, that's this hero's feast. Cool.
Excellent.
And as you guys are eating this lunch here, I mean, it feels like a dinner because it almost feels like night on the forest floor in this area. You guys all sort of start to look up, and you see the familiar cat looking at you, and then above it, you can see all the reflecting of a ton of other flying cat eyes that are sort of just like up there in the trees around in the area. And then the crow sort of flies up there and perches next to one, and like the cat just sort of pads it out of the tree, and then Kirby sort of just like tumbles down and catches himself and lands on the ground, then hops up on the table and starts sort of like pecking at stuff. And then he lifts his head, just like food. Goes back to picking it up.
Food.
Oh,
Food.
does my familiar require food?
No,
I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
so because it's a fey spirit. But
Yeah.
Kirby can eat and taste when he's in there, so it's like just like
So
a demon possessing
Kirby's
it.
like, bitch, I want to eat for the pleasure of eating.
I'm eating all the rice. I'm gonna make this after we summon you.
I don't think it works if the rice is cooked.
I
When
know.
the rice isn't cooked, that's the problem. Cooked rice is fine.
So yeah, the woman eventually Renaj makes his way here, and he's like, "I really should have came with you. That was spooky as shit." Oh yeah, there's leftovers, and he sort of sits down and starts digging in as well with everybody else. And he sort of looks up. He's like, "I did find some gold. It's not a whole lot, but I mean, we should be able to keep the asteroid running a little longer with it. So, thanks for the looking out."
I appreciate the help with the ship.
Yeah, no worries. I really want to see that thing fly. I'm not gonna lie. I've only ever seen it drive on a street, and
Yes, that's what it originally was built for. And then I drove it off a cliff once, and
oh,
yeah, that's why I had to fix it a second time. I mean, again, not my fault, not my fault, and I certainly wasn't planning to drive it off a cliff. But these things happen. These things happen.
I really want to see the propulsion. I'm guessing it's some kind of it's gravity, right?
Gravity and then vibration,
Okay.
as
Okay.
near as I can tell. I've been studying it since I found it, and it kind of took hold with.
I'm starting to paint a picture. Okay.
Yeah.
still ugly as I mean, it's
You know what?
beautiful
It's fine.
ship.
It's fine. You know, it was supposed to be this kick-ass tour bus, and from the fucking get-go, nobody liked it. So whatever. It's my van.
Samina slaps the back of his head really hard. Whap! And he's like, "Oh, okay, you're right. I deserve that. Wait till you see my baby."
Can I just say,
can make fun of me all you
so this is totally out of character time out for half a second, but I have to say this because it's been bouncing in my head forever. When I was growing up, my parents had a van for like a really brief amount of time, and like the van had like a bed in the back, and like it had a chair that like they definitely the whole thing had been gutted, and it had like one chair left so I could be seatbelted in when they were driving, but otherwise it was a total stoner hangout van. And this bitch had heart-shaped windows in the back. And I swear to you, every time we talk about, like, your shitty beater van, because it was, like, a weird maroon color, and it had, like, it's just everything about it, that's all that I see. It had, like, a carpeted floor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all I see for this thing, is, like, oh, yeah, so, like, on the outside, it looks like this really podunk shitty van. And, like, inside it's got, like, well, there's, like, a sleeping area. There's, like, a nice comfy little carpet and whatnot. In a car for some reason.
I think they look dope. Not so much.
If that thing did not break down all the time, I would have begged my parents to keep it just so that could be what I drove when I was 16, because there's nothing about that van that was cool, but if you just owned it, like, it would have been awesome. Okay, sorry, I had to interject that. I haven't had that memory since I was like 8. So that just like popping back in and being like, oh my gosh, that's the van.
Was it actually a VW van?
I don't know. I don't think so, because VW vans had that really specific shape to the
blunt
front.
Nose, yeah.
Yeah, so I it might have been, but I honestly don't remember. I just remembered the heart-shaped windows, and that every time my parents drove me to like daycare, I could take a nap in the back. Like, that's what I remember about this thing.
So, I'm really sorry. I just figured out how to add this shit to my sheet. What did you say that we now have immunity to or resistance to? Poison?
Immune to poison. Yeah.
Wasn't it like charm or something?
Oh.
No, you're immune to fear.
Look at that.
Fear, okay.
Advantage on wisdom. And that was it. With the health. There's the character sheet. Thought it disappeared for a sec.
And resistant to...
I think foresight. Let's see, how long does that last? 8 hours. Volsung.
Yes.
As the dinner's concluded, Sue sort of asks you to accompany her in the hut. She wants to give you a parting gift before you go deeper into the jungle, just to make sure at least you get out alive.
Okay.
Aw, isn't that sweet?
Well, I mean, it can only affect one person, or she'd cast it on everybody, but...
Hey, I'm not...
Let's see. So she brings you inside and basically says, I know you don't really know me yet. Just know that I know you're capable of great things. But just in case you're on another shit streak, take this. And she sort of like takes you and kisses you on the forehead, and you gain the ability of foresight, which basically means you can't be surprised, and you have advantage on basically any roll you make, because you can see you have Nicolas Cage 2 seconds in the future syndrome. And other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. So you and Dis are sitting at disadvantage on attack with enemy attacks when we go into this as well. Look at Dis and Volsung.
And you say advantage on any roll?
Yeah, attack roll, ability checks, and saving throws. So it's basically everything. And that's the boons that she dishes out. High-level casters, baby.
Thank you. Kind of hoping I'm not on another shit streak, but we'll see. kind of crash landed here, got shot down. That's a first. Haven't been shot down yet, so I guess there's a first time for everything. Thank you for hosting me and my compatriots and the boom. Thank you. We appreciate it. Hopefully this is not going to be. Hopefully this is not going to be a shit show, but we'll see.
Hopefully this won't be like last time. She just sort of looks at you and toasts you like a shot while you guys are in the hut in privacy.
Score.
And yes, so that's the boons that are dished out. You guys get the short rest, and the rest of the afternoon, evening is yours. If there's anything else you'd like to do, shoot.
Did we heard from Kirby that they're about the clearing and with the vines and all that?
Yeah, there was like a vine-covered temple or a temple covered in plant.
Then I asked Sue what she knows about the temple and if there's anything that she can tell us about it.
It's she tells you that specific breed of plant that's growing in that temple is a carnivorous plant, but it's found a constant source of blood, a basically infinite source of blood it's been engorging on, and it's become insanely strong. Coming from her in this druidic nature, she actually is holding back a legit sense of like fear about this thing. She says that going in those parts of the jungles it takes a lot to get through there, even for me. So just make sure that totem gets used. I'm sure you're gonna need it. The plants they walk there, so keep your eyes on everything. Very deceptive.
I suppose trying to talk to them probably isn't going to work either, is it?
Not in that area. Trust me, I've tried.
I imagine you did. That's why I asked. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Axe, fire, and totem. Hopefully we'll be able to blaze a trail through.
Actually, I would stay away from fire, lightning, or cold, the elemental. Those three main elements. This thing is engorged itself. It's similar to the vines you mentioned earlier. They're somewhat magical in nature and being that strong. It's resistant to many natural forms of attack.
Okay.
Let's stick to more arcane, more necrotic means.
I can do necrotic. And Dis, any reason? So this is where you're being pulled to.
The temple type deal thing?
Yeah.
Oh, since he could see it, and since I can see what he sees, and since I now have the telepathic transmitter, does that mean I can show them what it looks like?
You don't. You can only see what your familiar sees when it's within 100 feet of you.
He can't store it?
It's seeing through its eyes. You can't read its memories. You can only see in that moment. So when it gets within 100 feet, you can see through its eyes there. And then you just get the emotional impression from it.
Kirby, you need a chip.
Kirby, you can put a chip in the bird.
Can I actually do that?
I mean, wouldn't that be damage, though?
Yes.
Hold on.
Roll me a d4 and see what you get. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's only got 1 to 4.
Out of 4, you kill the damn bird.
Although ravens are pretty hardy, I think, in terms of those one-hit animals. I think it's on the hardier side. Nope, it's got 1. Never mind. Roll it. What's 1d4 and -1? Roll the health. Yes.
1d4 -1.
Yeah. Minimum of 1.
It has 0 hit points. It just flops over
It just dies.
constantly.
You summon it, it just dies again.
It just lays there. Twitches, dissipates. I rolled a 1d4 -1.
Yeah, so it'd be a 3 then, right? If you roll the 4.
I rolled a 3, so it has 2.
Oh, it's a 2. So it does a single point of damage. So you technically could do it. It's like a punch.
Hold on, feed the bird food from the feast, so it has 17 temporary hit points.
It did eat from the feast, actually.
There you go.
There you go.
Now's the time. Now's the time.
All right, now's the time to implant a communication chip with it.
Yes, and
All right.
I can just never unsummon it.
If it doesn't die.
if
Just
I
keep shooting it every
unsummon,
time. It'll have 2 hit points every time you summon it. So you can technically do it. It'll just be weak.
then I need to heal a hit point on it.
Yeah.
I have medicine.
I imagine that's like how you like the quirk with your familiars. You're just like, okay, you summon it, and then as soon as you summon it, it's like trying to get away, but you just like snatch it every time and shoot it with the fucking neural link gun.
You knew what this was.
I want to play Kirby as a Raven in the next campaign. Let's see. But yeah, you can hit him with the neural link, and then he can kind of send messages to you and give you more detail.
All right. Well, then I'll go ahead and tag Kirby with the neural link. Hold still, buddy.
As soon as you do that, he's just eating, and you guys talk about this, and then just sneak up on him and zap him with it really quick, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but you can hear us now, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I could hear you before. This has changed nothing. And you guys you can all hear that or see that in text, like it's sent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
Change
now
it-
you
change
can
it for us.
communicate complex ideas.
No.
Wait, what? You understood me? Holy
Yes.
shit! And then the bird goes, "What the fuck?" again.
I just love the idea of it being a bird swearing up a storm. As someone who has a bird.
Have you heard the cockatoo go "What the fuck" on fucking TikTok? It's hilarious. Like someone. makes a weird
No,
noise.
but I've heard it before. Like other birds. My bird almost got to dropping F-bombs. We had to nip that in the bud.
No. That will be encouraged in the future.
No, it will not. I fucking swear, Sai.
It'll be alright.
Just don't teach it to salute.
That'd be awesome.
Trouble.
I have people come over and it's like, fucking dick bitch. And be like, ah, oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Dick bitch.
Woodrow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, let me ask Kirby. Kirby, do you remember the temple you saw?
Yeah, it was fucking creepy.
Woodrow? Can he visualize that and send it to us?
It would be a construct because he didn't have the neural link when he was looking at it, so it wasn't recorded. But you can get like this pixelated image and kind of make it out. But yeah, what specifically are you trying to look for? Because you can give me a perception check and I'll see.
I just want to show them the map I've had pulled up this entire session. The
Oh,
entrance.
gotcha. Yeah, you can pull that up if you want.
The lay o' the land.
A gadoosh.
It's pixelated though,
Yep. And there's no fire, but
and there's no fire.
And there's no fire. Noted.
you can make fire though. You can always make fire. It's an option. But yeah, there's nothing anyone wants to get done. I have all of the benefits written down in my notes and I'm ready to go. for the start of next session if you guys would like to wrap it up here.
Sure. Yes, this feels like a natural wrap point.
Should I go ahead and set up my my door, my mansion door thing, and go in?
We're just going to call it your man cave.
No.
The masturbatorium.
It's the ship. That's much better. That's much better. Thank you.
That's a good stuff. Yep. Good
Oh
stuff,
my gosh.
name.
Why are the walls all crusty?
Don't ask.
No.
Don't touch them
ask.
and don't ask.
Yeah.
Kirby, how long will it take us to get there? You're a smart fella.
You guys walking with the bird, it took him like 45 round trip. You guys getting through the jungle, maybe hour and 20 minutes one way, maybe. You could teleport there faster if you just left everyone behind. I'm just kidding.
I could, yeah.
Yeah, don't encourage that because you know Sai would.
Hold on.
I mean, Dis would. I mean, Sai would.
If Volsung wants to try and hold on to the Starfighter, you could learn to fly that. And no, just kidding. Just
That'd be
fly there.
awesome. Hold on to the wing.
I mean, I could just dimension door there, and then
Well, it's,
hope that you make it, since you can't fly.
I can fall.
Mm-hmm.
with style.
Yes. Falling with style. What do I need to do to find the stuff to make more ammo for Brynn's gun? Like,
So
Yes, please.
that
look at my
that
workbench.
that was Gizmo's job, but you'd basically have to go through Gizmo's research and figure out the resources you need. So give me a investigation check.
All right.
And or Arcana check. No, it'd be investigation first. Yeah.
All right. Investigation. That's a 7 + 5 is a 12.
12. So you
Yeah.
find part of it. You find he has a sort of model already printed out for the casings and stuff like that. It's just a matter of building the primer and then making a catalyst sort of thing. The two components.
Okay.
You'll have to find them in the wild. There's none left on the ship. It was loaded into the gun, and then some of it was shot into the dragon's chest and lost in the crash. There might be some out in the jungle, so if you put that on the list for Feline to find, she might find an ammo canister that was loaded onto the ship's gun. And you gave her the flying mechanism too, like Gravitron
Yeah.
piece, and any other pieces of your ship. So I'll write that down in my notes as well. But yeah, if you find resources out there in the wild, you might be able to make some. You think, looking at his notes, one of the things you do at least find is that the gelatinous pool, if you could harvest a little bit of that, that might work as one of the catalysts. Or possibly the primer. You can't tell looking at Gizmo's notes fully with the 12. But it's one of the two.
Okay.
Woodrow, DM.
Doot.
Awesome.
Oh, that's totally up to you.
It's up to you. I just want to know if you prepared for it, and if so, then I'll bring it up, and if not, I won't.
I've prepared a lot of things for it. That would be up to Dis when they would like to bring that up.
Well, here's the question, guys. Are we setting out immediately for this place, or are we resting, or what are we doing? Because, Volsung, I know you burned a lightning, which, by the way, fuck you.
Yeah, about that. I mean, it was me, but it wasn't me. There's a lot. It was almost. You remember that accent that I had in the other world that I don't seem to have now?
Yes.
Well, it was kind of a personality, I guess, a universal personality shift. It seems to be trying to break through. At least that's what it feels like. And it's unpleasant. So yeah, I didn't mean to do that. So just maybe be
Whoopsie doodle.
Yeah. That's not something that's ever happened before.
I'm sorry, my brain just goes, this never happened. Oh, I'm such a child. I'm sorry. I'm good now.
Don't worry, it happens to everyone as you get older.
Oh my gosh.
Right,
Sorry.
so disregard everything I just said and stand right in front of the lightning next time.
By the way, is my arm still tingling?
Yes. Slightly, but it is. You feel like there's definitely some kind of effect.
Can I
Lingering effect.
medicine?
Yes, you can.
Or should I investigate? Shit, I'm sticking with that roll. Whatever you say. My medicine is +2, so 21.
Okay, so doing a medicine check. Your arm is fine. There's no nerve damage because that's your first assumption is that there's some sort of damage to something in your arm, and because you've been hit and cut and stuff, you've had some kind of effects like this before, and it's not that. It's definitely not. It's something beyond that. If you want to make an Arcana check now, I'll let you make an Arcana check.
So I did not hit my angry bone. Okay.
No, funny bone is intact.
14. 16?
16.
Yeah.
So it's not quite a curse. You try to go in and use what arcane symbols and stuff you know for diagnosing in terms of like identifying and stuff like that, little tricks. And as you're sort of investigating yourself, runes sort of show up underneath your skin, but they're not runes. It's more like the digital code you saw before, sort of moving under your skin, and as you're trying to sort of identify it, it sort of rises up to the surface of the skin and then slowly descends back. Like it kind of reacted a little bit, but there's definitely some kind of effect from the code being either your origin or being tied to a game and coming out, or the lingering effects of Manos, or something still affecting the core of your being that you feel like if it's affecting you, there's a good chance it's affecting Volsung and Brynn as well, but they haven't seemed to be showing any effects other than Volsung's weird brain stuff at the beginning and what he just mentioned.
I'll tell them about it because I'm nice. We need some antivirus.
McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee. I need McAfee.
God damn it, Volsung, can't you encrypt us?
Working on it. Had a tech for that. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you send that to everyone, like group chat?
What? The antivirus thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in
okay.
character, so...
I mean, things have been mentioned. I didn't know if you'd picked up on some stuff.
It's up to you to decide whether or not I have.
Yeah, well, what I would say is knowing that where Volsung is from and Kirby are from, and them talking, you might be able to assume that there might be something Volsung can do to fight this. It's definitely a disease. It's not arcane or biological, so it's metaphysical of some kind.
So, Bard.
Something to dispel this, maybe?
I'm not looking for an insta-fix. I'm trying to make you aware of it and get your noodle engaged. And I mean your noggin.
So you're having adverse effects.
I feel a tingle
No.
in my arm attached to my shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Sorry.
Alright. So, have you checked on Brynn? Brynn? Are you feeling any of these
Ooh.
effects?
I just
So,
thought it
Dis just told us that, yeah, so.
He just thought it was what?
what, this isn't just life? I thought this was a living. Felt like I don't...
Not sure she
Wait,
has
this
it.
is this is abnormal is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's abnormal. That's not supposed to happen.
Oh.
Yeah, no, and I'm not supposed to, randomly shoot lightning at my teammates. So yeah, we've got problems.
I've just got a
And-
tickle.
Right. Well, I mean, that could get worse. It could go to numbness.
No,
and then...
I'm trying to calm and reassure Brynn. I just have a tickle.
Okay, but we're not like deleting or dying or something crazy, right?
Kir-
That's
Kirby's
a horrible pause.
Yeah, Kirby is oddly silent as well. He hasn't said anything.
You guys are terrible at
I shake
reassuring
him.
people.
You get little messages like, "Stop it."
God, I like you so much better this way.
He says basically, I don't really know. I was jettisoned from my body. I don't seem to be having any weird effects, other than the fact I'm a incorporeal glowing thing of light. That's kind of weird. But other
Oh.
than that,
That and the
No.
fact that we are in physical bodies, so I mean, are we even still code?
no. But I think there's lingering effects now that we're back in in code. We're existing in code right now. We've been turned into essentially data, light, and then data, and then hopefully go back from data to light to matter. It's, things get moved around. We're lucky we're even here. We should just all be really happy that I'm a bird.
I see that you're working real hard on that walnut of a brain. It's very inspiring.
Look, I don't know exactly what the effects 100% are, other than losing control. Numbness might mean lose some sort of loss of motor function. Maybe it's related in that way. Maybe it's a completely different effect. I don't know, but I'll watch. Let
Maybe
me
my
know
player
if
keeps
anything-
hitting the fucking A button.
Maybe he walked away and you're trying to do the oh shit, what is it called? The passive thing, when you sit around for too long and they're always like, "Hey, come back to the game, asshole," or whatever, that shit.
Start paying attention again. Shit.
AFK stuff.
It was not that way in that game.
You just got ejected. That's right.
Yes. Yeah, like half an hour of inactivity and you got booted to the login screen. Let's not do that. I don't know the password.
I forgot my sign in. But yeah, so there's definitely something going on with the organic bodies being switched back into code. And you guys were just talking to yourselves. I'm guessing you guys sort of like walked away from the others, or were you talking around the others?
I figured we were talking via our telepath. Our
Just
little,
your okay, that's
our
what I wanted
telenet.
to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
let's
they
not say
just-
this shit in front of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
That'd
think
be
so, but I wanted to
awkward.
double check because there might be some questions and
And I'm
Oh, yeah.
randomly grabbing my familiar and shaking it.
just shaking it, and everyone's just
Yeah.
And I was like,
They sort of just feel like, oh, they have the same relationship we have, brother.
I am going to turn and verbally ask anyone. Any of you guys got a black paint?
Yeah, actually, we got a lot of it.
Maybe some red too.
Yeah, we don't have any blue. We got some green, some gold. That's about it, though.
Hey, Brynn. You want to retouch your armor before we go? That white isn't your color.
yeah, I'll do. I'm gonna just basically I just go over and get some red paint, just dip my hand in it, and then just like slap it on and
Yes.
drag it down. I'm like, that's better.
We're ready.
I like this.
Wow.
So I'll walk up. Oh, go ahead.
No,
was going
I'm
to-
going to
I
do
was-
something stealthy.
Okay, I'm going to. Okay, well, before you do something stealthy, I'm going to walk over to Cesaria and ask her, there's an ammo canister, along with the other couple of things that I've asked you to keep an eye out for. There's an ammo canister. Your lovely winged felines, if you can have them, keep an eye out for that as well.
Depending on how big things are, they might be able to bring some of this back to me. But if I can locate stuff, I'll let you know.
I appreciate that. And if they can bring it back, that would be amazing. Thank you.
You're not looking so hot. Are you all right? Looking a little disoriented. Disjointed maybe might be a better word. And she's like looking you in the eyes. Her eyes sort of flash over blue.
There's a personality from another world trying to break into my brain, or somebody I was in another world now trying to be take the driver's seat again, I guess. I don't know. It felt very weird to not be in control of my motor functions and my spells. So
she looks at you and she basically says, like, well, whatever it is, it's definitely not you. Not from any other world. It's something else.
Well, that's reassuring. And horribly fucking terrifying at the same time. Awesome. Thank you.
Keep me informed. And she starts pulling out all these different components and starts putting them down on the table and assorting them. And she's like, divination, all right. And starts going through, grabbing crystals, starts burning sages and stuff like that, different herbs.
All right, I'll walk back over to Brynn and Dis. And I guess we're still at the table? Or...
Yeah, the people are basically picking off what's left. Normally the spell just disappears, but she physically made it and then enchanted it, so the food stays. The magical benefits go away, so if anyone new came and ate from it, they wouldn't get anything. Food's still good, though.
Is there anything... actually, I should have asked her if there's anything they can take with us to put in Keggy. We need to fill him up with something.
Oh, you like elven spirits?
Yes.
I've got plenty of that. And she takes you down into her quote-unquote wine cellar, and you can tell that there's a similar spell, expansional device. Nice. I got that DM. So you go down. It's same thing, device, bigger on the inside thing, and it's a huge sort of like loft area. It's almost like a dragon's hoard of just stuff from adventures or gathered out. You see like all these daggers set up from different adventures, armor sets on like mannequins, and this wall of just kegs. And she basically goes like, whatever you need to refill. I've got a bunch of choices. It's mainly elven red wine though. It's good stuff. Very potent.
Thank you.
Most effectiveness per drop, I guess you could say.
This is quite the trophy room and wine cellar. Very impressive.
Is there scotch?
Yeah. Any scotch or mead?
Or whiskey?
Definitely some scotch and some mead. There's a little bit of everything. You might be taking the last of some of her stuff, but you know. If it's not the elven wine.
It's not. Yeah, that's not the elven wine. Well, take some of the elven wine and there's 2 different liquids, right? That I can put in keggy.
3 technically. There's 3 kegs you can store stuff in.
Okay.
One of them I think has ganja in it though.
That sounds about right.
I can't remember. I can't remember if you filled it with that or not, but you have to look. I'll have to get the stats for him real quick.
I just the last thing I remember saying to Keggy before all that shit with Manos popped off, and then we were flying and fighting for our lives, was go get us a drink, and he was going to get us some beverages, and then
oh yeah,
shit.
Then he was attacked. He was attacked by the robot that was building itself in there.
Yeah.
We'll say he got one full. Some full of some whiskey, some nice whiskey.
Okay. All right. So then fill one of the fill it up with red wine, with the elven wine.
Nice. So now you've got 2 kegs full, one of whiskey, one of elven wine.
Yeah, and then there's still one
Open
container.
Yep.
Okay. And is there any mead? She said that.
Yeah, there's some mead. Yeah,
right.
different
I
kinds
don't want
of
to take the
honey
last
mead.
of your mead. That's not.
Oh no, mead's the other thing I have plenty of. Mead
Okay.
and wine.
Then I will fill up the last keg with mead.
Sweet.
Hey, Volsung.
Yes.
Since we seem to frequently... Shae, where'd you put it?
Just continue
Okay.
with your conversation.
Since we always seem to be separated in combat and frequently, need potions to continue living, rather than hold them all on your person, might you distribute one or so to each of us, so that we might, not.
Die,
Yes.
I suppose. Yeah. So I go ahead and give them each a flask of potion.
Cool. Also, don't forget you're still holding the sap.
Yep. That's got to be brewed into potions.
Oh yeah.
Or poison.
That's right.
Or poison.
Actually, I bring that up to Cesaria. Can you help us brew this?
If you want me to brew that into potions, I'm gonna want a little bit, but yeah, I can brew those into potions for it. I can give you just 3 good potions out of that.
Didn't we
I am
decide
more
that
than-
your potions were better and that they were more valuable as poison? I think.
No, they would make about what his crazy elven potions were. That you would
Oh.
make it the same thing basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was what? It was a hallucinogen. Otherwise.
Yeah, otherwise it's a really high DC confusion spell basically. Except it's not a spell, it's a poison
Okay.
effect. Confusion poison.
Yeah. I'll have her go ahead and brew it up into those potions, and yeah, more than willing to share. Appreciate all the hospitality that you have shown us.
Anytime. I owe you for saving me still. And we could talk about that some other time.
Yeah, you'll have to fill me in on that one. It sounds like quite an adventure.
Yep.
Judging by
Got
the
a lot to
walls
do
around
now.
here, you've been on some amazing adventures. So
Yeah, I have. She sort of just looks around at everything.
All right.
Alright.
So,
Pick back
anybody
up.
doing anything else before we rest and wrap for this week?
Really quickly, I just have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any poison she wants to sell? Because I'm assuming my weapon did not come out poisoned after going through not being there anymore.
Yeah. That is something you could definitely have some choices, some options to do. Something like you could pick damage,
Okay.
poison. She has some drought poisons, all that stuff. We can talk about what exactly you want. and figure
Okay,
that out
I'll
before
tell you
we
what. Let's
start.
do it next time.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool. So we
Alright.
are not going to rest. We are going to go, I guess, after
Yep.
after this. All right.
yeah, but we did get a short rest, correct?
A short rest to heal in the temporary hit points for 24 hours.
Right. So I think that resets. It resets our, I think, first levels if we use them.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit! I didn't use any, so no, never mind. It's not resetting my drow spells,
I did that so wrong. Whatever.
Yeah, that would be a long rest.
and it's not resetting the effects on my inventory that are used, like the charges. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we get to wrap. Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, everybody who hung out and stuck with us through the entirety of our RP Splosion heavy episode, because there was lots of sploding and then lots of RPing. So
I felt there was a nice balance.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I liked it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, as always, to Woodrow for his awesome GMing, to Luke and to Shae for hanging out and doing all this with us. And everybody who stayed watching, you guys were amazing. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next week. All right, catch you later.
We're gonna let the outro play this time.
Yes, I'm not going to end. It is actually going to play, so pay attention.